this week's broadcast of the Esports Tower Rumble in Rocket League. We are broadcasting from the Boise State Esports Arena. Tonight, as we kick off week 2 of our Esports Tower Rumble series, we're going to continue our very special month on this stream. We're raising money for Make-A-Wish Foundation, an organization that helps make the dreams and wishes of critically ill children come true. Did you know that gaming wishes are among the fastest growing requests from sick kids? That's right. These kids are often stuck in hospitals or isolated at home due to their illnesses, and gaming provides them with a much-needed escape and a chance to connect with others. So, if you're a gamer, if you love supporting a great cause, please consider donating to Make-A-Wish. Your contribution will help us grant even more gaming wishes and bring a smile to the faces of these incredible children. You know how much gaming means to so many of us, and we can only imagine how much it means to these kids. Let's come together and make a difference in their lives tonight. I'm your host, Colby Alloway, and joining me to call all of the action is Colin McJunkin. And just as a little bit of a reminder of our rules going back to the Rumble, normal matches will be a best of 5. The Rumble games of the week will be best of 7. Points reset at the end of every season, and points can be earned 3 for a sweep, 2 for a win, and 1 for participating. And those points are available to subs that have played at least one series.
Yeah, we talked about it a bunch going into it last time in terms of something that was a change that we both welcomed a lot. But I think at the end of the day, going into week 2 of it, I'm more excited to see how teams are adapting more to it as well. Of more than likely probably not seeing similar teams that we did last time for all 3 of the matches. But nevertheless, I'm excited to see like week 4, week 5, how far teams have really developed.
And these are the teams that we're going to be playing with. And these teams all have permanent members. Though names may change week to week, they are still the same players. So we've got the Barracudas, Eels, Eagles, Mammoths, Stingrays, Hammerhead, Lynxes, and Wolves. Who's standing out to you on this?
Particularly for me, I think it's sort of, the leaderboard is going to shine some light on this right here. The Wolves automatically claiming the top 4 spots on that thing. You have the Eels. The Lynxes, and then I think that's the Wolves.
Wolves are 9 and 10.
9 and 10. So we do see top 10, but that was also only week 1, and I believe the Lynxes were the only team to get a 4-0.
Sweep.
Yeah, to get the sweep. So
they got the 3 points, and we definitely see that reflected in all of their scores being leaps and bounds above other teams. But more potential sweeps are possible. But as we're kind of looking at this, the Lynxes are definitely seeming to be kind of one of the favored teams here.
Oh yeah, so far. But like I sort of alluded to a little bit, it's week 1. It's super early. We can't make any real predictions on who's going to jump ahead because we've only seen 6 of the teams so far. There's still 4 other teams that we haven't seen play at all yet. So I'm excited to see what teams had to offer. And like I said before, I'm just even more excited of how team development is going to go forward from this point on into the deeper weeks of like 3 and 4 and 5.
And before we get into the matchup itself, we're going to remind our friends on Twitch to support your team, celebrate the successes, and be respectful to other fans. Mods will remove anyone who violate the chat rules. And with that, we have our chat rules, but then we need to kind of transition more into gameplays with Doc's keys to the game, which in Rocket League is to create mistakes, punish overcommits, play walls better, and demo to disrupt. Doc's keys to the game are presented today by Esports Tower. Score pro advice at esportstower.com. Improve your game sense, improve your team play, and improve your performance under pressure. You'll get matched with great players and professional coaches to help you rank up. And then with that, did you know gaming-related wishes at Make-A-Wish are among the highest growing wishes in the past years? Esports Tower and Make-A-Wish have joined forces because of this in the month of April as the world streams for wishes. Scan the QR code to help make a wish come true today. And that's really what we're all here for tonight. We're here to celebrate Rocket League, kind of see maybe the Lynxes make some more breakaway plays in our matchups tonight. But at the end of the day, we're really here for the world streams for wishes.
Oh, yeah. Great cause to support, always, 100% of the way.
And currently we have the Mammoths versus the Eagles. The Mammoths dropped 3 games in a row last week after taking game 1. This week, they're hoping to find ways to be more consistent and keep that game 1 win throughout the rest of the series.
Bob up and nice shot. Off the wall. Midfield. Stop by Andy. First ball left into the line. Not seeing a lot of touches. Back. Touches. Corner here. Pass. Setup. Ball over the left.
With that, we of the ball, kind of gets the second touch, bounces it off of the wall, and then immediately we see the missed touch, not the missed touch by Anti, excuse me, and then we see Moose try to make a shot on goal, and it goes in, and that is our first goal going for the Mammoths. It looks like they're breaking away with an early goal. What they're going to want to focus on is consistency past this.
Moose is going to grab a full boost. Smurf's going to take control of the ball, make a back pass flick over to their own net. Almost would end. It was saved out. An interesting little back pass. Anti now off the sidewall here. Gets a boost, sent into the orange corner here. Moose looking to stop the ball. Does get a touch on top of it. Stops into the track for now. Flash tried to make a touch. Didn't get it, but still has control of the ball, looking for a pass to a teammate.
And then with that, we see Moose get a clear all the way to midfield, where Amethyst immediately kind of passes it to Anti there. Anti kind of loses the 50-50 to not Deku, and then immediately it goes up in the sky, and then we see Smurf going after it up in that skybox, gets the touch. Will it be Moose or Slash? It looks like it's Slash that gets the touch, and then now it's Anti that kind of sends it around that corner. Not Deku is able to keep it in that corner and send it over there. And then we see Amethyst get a touch on ball. Ball is bounced off of the sidewall here and then transitions toward midfield with a bounce off of the backboard. Is there a follow-up touch? No, as Anti takes it all the way over to the side, looking to get a clear into the orange goal zone.
Anti now looking for a beat. It's going to take a shot on net. It's just above crossbar there. Moose was going to be the one to catch it. However, the ball's still in this orange corner here and looking dangerous. Slash is going to get a 50. Anti now looking for the touch high off the sidewall. Is going to get it. Send it over to the orange net. It is saved by Smurf. Anti now throwing the ball in front of the net. That's going to flick over one. Deku was there to clear the ball, but is quickly put back in center. Now Smurf looking for a 50. He's going to get it with Amethyst. Now Amethyst going to have to find a way to clear the ball. He's going to get a 50 touch out to the corner, but it's light little touch. Still keeping this blue corner here, as the Mammoths have yet to find a way to put another goal on the board.
And with that, we do see Moose kind of going up for the touch, but it's Anti that's going to get the next touch and send it up into the skybox. We see Deku send it over into the corner and away from the orange goal zone there. Ooh, and then it's sent right back, and now it is Smurf's turn to defend as they're trying to dribble it across the field, get it clear all the way over into the blue goal zone here almost. And it looks like Deku's not going to be able to follow up to get the goal, and now it is Slash currently in possession. No, Moose is going to steal it right from over them.
Not Deku makes one touch, looking for the double touch off the backboard. Wasn't going to be able to get it. Look at that side play there. Now Moose, one touch off the sidewall there. Doesn't have enough boost or position to follow it. It's going to be taken by Amethyst. Deku's going to get a 50 there. Moose overplays the ball, goes right over him. Smurf also going to miss the ball, but there's no contest by a blue attacker until Anti's going to get a 50 on top of the car. Smurf and Deku collide with each other. This could be a shot. Slash misses the ball.
Bounces over two.
Ooh. Could be a shot. No, Smurf's not going to get enough power on that or placement for it.
And then with that, we see Anti get the next touch, and it looks like Moose is ready and waiting to get that next touch. And then immediately after that, Anti steals, and Vault Slash kind of tries to make a shot on goal. It will be whiffed, and then there's not Deku sending it down the middle right into Amethyst, who is laying in wait in midfield. Kind of makes a little bit of a pass off of a wall to Anti over there, and then now we see Smurf trying to get a shot on goal, but Anti is going to go ahead and save that just before it gets too close.
Deku sends the ball to the corner here now, trying to get a beat onto Anti there. Does get a 50. Now it's up to Amethyst. Gets one touch onto midfield. Slash looking for a 50. Does get it. Sends it right back to the blue side of it. Looking like a shot on net. Is saved by Amethyst. Smurf to get one bump. Keep it in the air. Now Anti recovers off the sidewall. Looking for a follow-up. Deku is going to be there to beat. Now Amethyst off the sidewall. Could be a shot on net if Moose plays it right. Moose gets a whiff. Now Anti's going to take control of the ball. Pinches just a little bit with the sidewall as well and get a 50. It's going to boom the ball all the way to the other side of the field, giving Amethyst possession.
First MO on the Slash as they respawn and get to a full 100 boost. And then we see Deku immediately coming after that. Moose with 100 boost now down to 66, currently trying to zoom down the field here. And then we see Smurf waiting to touch this ball right in front of the blue end zone. We do see Amethyst kind of get a breakaway and then the pass all the way to midfield. However, Moose is going to try to set up Deku. Deku's not going to be able to get the follow-up touch, though, and now it is Slash, Deku, and Smurf all vying for this ball as Slash dribbles it all the way over it, almost into the orange goal zone, and with that, the Mammoths are going to take round one.
So far, the Mammoths are looking a little more aggressive on the ball. They definitely take a lot more action on the net so far. I think honestly, if we had the stats, the shots would be heavily favored in the Mammoth's corner. Other than that, they did seem a little more mechanical, especially. I think it was Amethyst was the one that was, or no, on the side of the Mammoths. They all have such long names. I believe it was Smurf that was the one that was looking a little more mechanical, going for a lot more double touches. But other than that, so far neck and neck. They kept it to a 1-goal lead, so can't really argue too much with them.
One goal that was scored in the early game, so the Mammoths definitely kind of came out hot and then kept on pushing. I will say that both of these teams, I think one of the reasons it was such a low-scoring game is missed touches. I think both of these teams have a lot of opportunity to just get the mechanics in there a little bit more, just be able to kind of touch that ball to send it where you want to go instead of just kind of letting it do whatever it wants.
Yeah, having the car control is absolutely important to necessarily do what your car wants when you want it to do it, to get the touch on the ball that you want. It's a mistake that a lot of players make, and we definitely saw a lot of whiffs into that first game here, but hopefully each team can sort of clean those up, get the jitters out. I'm looking for a little more solid, clean play, but loose off the sidewall is immediately going to take a shot with Slash. He's able to rotate in time. He's going to be able to get it safe here. Now it's up to Smurf. He's going to catch the ball, looking to play it around a couple players. Slash is there for the 50, but still keeps it in the blue side.
And with that, we see the bounce off of the sidewall, and there is no follow-up. So now at this point, the Eagles are going to be able to get a clear all the way over, almost into the Mammoth's goal zone here as it just kind of bounces in the middle. We see a demo come out onto Amethyst, and now it is Not Deku currently in possession of the ball, taking and has control over that left side there. It looks like Anta is going to try to at least contest him on the boost and defend the shot on goal, but it just goes spiraling in the air, still right in front. And then Slash is going to get a clear almost to the midfield before Smurf takes control of the ball and sets Moose up for a shot. Ooh, Anti with that 50-50, just sending the ball right up into the air.
Smurf waiting for this touch off the sidewall here. Plays a little bit too far up. A shot on net. And a misread. And a defender pushed a little bit too far up, or exactly the two reasons why the Eagles are going to be the ones to go up with 1 point here with just about a minute lapsing so far in this game. Anti's looking for his touch on the sidewall there. He's making another missed touch here. Smurf following up, looking for the bump. Is going to be able to get it. Amethyst still has a lot of possession of the ball, trying to send it over. A couple of the orange defenders here. Deku trying to play the ball around one, gets a 50. Now Smurf's up, misses the ball as well. Amethyst decides not to make a touch. Smurf's going to get a demo. Looking very dangerous, going to get a 50. It's still bad for the Eagles. They don't clear this ball. Oh! Ooh. And two completely massive lifts on the side of the Eagles going to equalize this game out.
With 3 minutes and 32 seconds remaining, definitely a lot more opportunities for goal as Not Deku is going to win the first 50-50 of the match. And then we see Moose immediately take control of the ball as Not Deku unfortunately gets demoed, but Smurf has the secondary touch, just barely going to go a little bit further to the left. And now Slash is currently in possession, dribbling it down the field, makes the pass just before the ball gets stolen. But now it is in Not Deku's hands, and it looks like they're going to send it up into the air over to Moose in the corner. And then from there, does Smurf have the follow-up touch? Yes, they do, and that is the second goal of the game. The third goal overall, but the second goal for the Mammoths with 3 minutes and 7 seconds remaining.
Getting a little too close for comfort than not scoring that ball over there, Smurf. Moose is going to get a 50, still keeping this ball in the Eagles' side. If they don't get a clear, Slash is going to be able to get a clear. Keep on the sidewall, doesn't have enough boost to follow up with it. Deku takes a shot. It's going to touch the crossbar, though. No goal for the side of Deku, but Smurf still having possession. Got a 50. Moves to elevator, looking for a touchdown. Does get it, but Amethyst was looking for the touch. Is going to be able to get it. And a drop down. Drop down shot is going to put the Mammoths 3-1 here.
2 minutes and 46 seconds remaining, and then we see the 50 go the way of the Eagles. They have a little bit of an offensive push here. Ooh, we see Slash miss the touch, and now it is Smurf kind of breaking away, and then that ball is sent over into the orange. Now Moose currently in possession. Ooh, Anti gets demoed on the defensive there. Now it is just Slash right in front of the goal, but not able to stop the ball from rolling over him and into the goal, putting the Mammoths up 4-1. 2 minutes and 31 seconds remaining.
A couple more massive lifts on the side of the Eagles. Right there, not able to properly save the ball from the net. Moose getting a touch outside the wall. Deku gets the second. Is there a follow-up from Smurf? There is. And a beautiful touch off of the blue wall there from Moose sets up the rest of the teammates to be able to score that ball. Now 5-1 here with 2 minutes and 20 seconds left.
We see Moose win the 50-50 for the Mammoths here, and then immediately after that, the ball is up on the side. It looks like Smurf is going to contest that side control there, but it looks like Amethyst is just going to say, I'll take it main. And then the ball kind of bounces back and forth a little bit all the way over into the orange. Now it is Moose once again in possession, sending it past. Will Amethyst be able to defend? They will. Now they're over in the corner with possession of the ball. Moose is still aggressively rolling on in there, trying to set his teammates up for a shot, and with that missed touch, that is going to put the Mammoths up another one. 6-1, a minute and 55 seconds remain.
Off the kickoff. Still sent in the midfield here. Could be a shot by an orange attacker. There was no pressure applied there. Amethyst was able to get a clear. Moose to get one touch, keep it in the air. Doesn't have the ability to stay with it. Is going to let it go as Anti's going to send it to the blue corner here. Slash is dribbling for a little bit before beginning disrupted by Deku, and Deku being absolutely uncontested by blue defender is just going to take a free shot and put it top middle bins, and that's the Mammoths going up 7-1 here. But still a minute 35 left. The Eagles have yet to show any offensive pressure besides the one goal they got so early into the game.
After that, we see Moose aggressively going down into the corner, and then we see, is there a follow-up touch from his team? No, but there is one there from Amethyst as we see Smurf. They go up the sidewall. Slash, trying to take it straight through main. Moose says, you're not going to get past me. And actually, with that, we see another goal for the Mammoths off of the defensive touch. It looks like Slash is going to win the next 50-50. And then we see Anti, they kind of go around the side, bounce it off the back wall. Is there follow-up? No, everybody misses their touches, and the ball just continues to kind of meander down the field. Not Deku currently in possession of the ball. We see them elevate to try to bounce it through the sidewall, but it will be... Trajectory will be changed by Anti. Now it's Slash currently in possession. Moose going to get the touch, kind of derail things a little bit. We see a couple of members kind of elevate to attack and defend respectively, and now we're back in the midfield with Moose with an uncontested shot, putting the Mammoths 9-1 on the board with 45 seconds remaining.
A failed triple commit on the side of the Eagles right now. Scores 9-1. Just about to get to under 40 seconds here. Anti's going to make one soft touch over to the blue corner here. Moose is going to be able to get a 50 here. Another triple commit that's going to disrupt Amethyst's ability to touch the ball. Smurf is going to go for a back pass here over to Moose. Moose is going to get one touch off the sidewall. Looking to keep this going in the air. Only good for one more touch. Smurf looking for the beat. He's going to be able to get it, but there is no shot on net. As we wind down to the final 20 seconds, Moose taking a shot on net. There could be a second follow-up. There is not, but a good 50 is going to put this ball closer to the orange corner than the Eagles have gotten it in quite a bit of time, and Smurf's going to get one soft touch and keep it this orange corner. As there really is no dangers from an Eagle attacker to score the ball in the final couple of seconds. Moose is going to be able to put one more on the board there. With 1 second left, I'd say 10-1 is the score this game's going to end on.
With that, we see Moose win the 50-50 and not quite be able to get the goal there because of the second limitations. We saw a lot more of those missed touches, particularly defensively, that the Mammoths took advantage of. So the Mammoths definitely started with the strong kickoff as their coaches advised them, and then more than followed through.
Yeah, they had a lot of follow through, and there also were a lot of defensive blunders on the side of the Eagles as well. Just a couple times a touch off the backboard that just kind of dribbled in front of the net, easy little goal. A couple of missed touches inside the net that weren't fast enough, or they didn't preempt the attack at all, and then it just sort of allowed the ball to roll in. There were a couple of missed touches as well off of 50-50 that they didn't quite position themselves for correctly. So, yeah, I mean, a 10-1 scoreline speaks all the volumes it needs to, and if the Mammoths keep this going, they're sure to get 3 more points from this series.
And we do need a quick word from our sponsors. iSlides has joined forces with Esports Towers, the world streams for wishes. iSlides believes you should stand in what you stand for and offers a wide variety of customizable slides that gives you the power to show off what you stand for. Head over to iSlidesusa.com or scan the QR code on screen to make sure you use your promo code WISHES. And a portion of the proceeds will be donated to Make-A-Wish, which is what we're all about today.
Some solid looking slides, I won't lie. I might grab myself a pair. Jeez.
Did you see the imposter among us?
No, I did not.
The little red imposter man?
I did not. No, I did not see that.
Well, you'll have to look extra close next time and get some slides and use promo code WISHES.
I'll have to scan the QR code and check it all out.
And with that, we have some replays from the Eagles versus the Mammoths. Oh, this is game 3, best of 5, and it looks like Not Deku currently in possession of the ball. Actually gets some solid aerial dribbling there, and will they be rewarded with a goal? They absolutely will. Not Deku rewarded with the goal immediately. 4 minutes and 46 seconds in, the Mammoths already up 1.
Yeah, off that 50-50, a double commit 50-50 normally doesn't work out too well for your teammates and leaves them quite stranded there with an open net. Moose sort of with the mid pass there, gave it over Smurf. Moose trailing the ball a little bit, gonna pick up 100 boosts here. Anti to take a shot on the net. Moose and Smurf are gonna commit to defense. Smurf is gonna be credited for the defensive save. Now only one back here. Moose might be looking for a touchdown to a teammate. They get the touchdown, but there was no teammate to immediately receive that ball. But it doesn't matter, there was no pressure from an Eagles offensive. Now pass over, Smurf might have a shot, a little bit of bouncer is gonna find the in between the defenders. Mammoths are gonna go up 2-0.
And with that, this next 50-50 is hopefully it's going to go the way of the Mammoths by far, all the way over into the back corner here in front of the Eagles' goal zone. And Moose is here to try to make a defensive score. Bounces it off the backboard. The second touch just goes a little bit too far to the right, but Not Deku is there to retake possession of the ball. No, it's Amethyst that gets it clear all the way over into the orange empty net. Will Smurf be able to rotate in time? They are able to rotate in time, and now Moose and Not Deku are also back to defend the goal against Vault Slash, who is vying with Moose for possession, and then Moose is going to steal that ball right from around Anti and almost get a shot on goal, and have to rely on Smurf for the follow-up touch, putting the Mammoths up 3-0, 3 minutes and 43 seconds remaining.
So far, 3-0 lead. Looking to make it 4. There could be a follow-up. Not Deku might have the shot. It's disrupted. Not going to be able to put any more points on the board for the Mammoths at the moment right now. Moose is going to elevate off the sidewall there, looking to get the pre-flip. Isn't going to get the touch out of it. And a double whiff from the side of it, and now a pinch. There are a lot of Mammoths defenders. Oh, no. Moose was able to rotate just back in time, but gets demoed for it. And Not Deku takes a shot on net and is going to be able to put it in there and give the Eagles their first goal.
3 minutes and 19 seconds remaining. The Eagles could potentially reverse sweep this as the 50-50 goes all the way up into the air, and then immediately after that we see Moose almost in possession of the ball. No, it's Smurf. No, it's Slash. Stolen. Now it is Not Deku with a shot on goal from midfield that Anti will easily be able to defend against, and now it is Anti currently in possession of the ball over on the side. No, it's Moose stealing it straight from the middle. This ball is just super high in the air, touching the skybox every pass. And then we currently see it kind of go over, and now Smurf and Not Deku are both trying to be the one that touches it next, and Not Deku bouncing it right over all 3 defenders for another Mammoth goal.
Making up a little bit for that own goal that they committed to earlier now. 2 minutes and 50 seconds left, and a really good kickoff bounce, but Smurf didn't have the position or the speed to get there in time to put a shot in the goal. But a pass from Moose is not going to be able to convert it in time. Now Amos is looking to get a flick. Moose's last defender is going to be able to come through and clutch. Slash making a misread on the ball is going to be able to get a touch. Anti also missing the ball as well. Now it's up to Amethyst. Just going to put the ball in air, but going to give away possession to Deku. But Deku's not going to get too great of a flick, but it's going to get the demo and leave it to Moose, who's now looking for a pass to a teammate in the midfield. But nobody was there to convert the goal for him.
And then with that, we see Not Deku currently in possession of the ball, bouncing it off the backboard. And then Moose with that follow-up touch. Mammoths just passing back and forth in front of the Eagles right now. Now 5-1, 2 minutes and 6 seconds remaining. And then we see the 50-50 go the way of Amethyst. This is what the Eagles are looking for. Not Deku sending it all the way over into the corner. Now it is Anti and Moose who will be able to touch it next. It looks like it's Anti. And then immediately Not Deku after that is going to get the next touch. But Vault Slash is going to try to disrupt the Mammoths in their aggressive push here. But they still send it all the way over into the orange, and Vault Slash is able to get it right in front of Deku for the Eagles' second goal, 1 minute and 47 seconds remaining.
3 goals out, not as close as it was in the first game here, but definitely a lot closer than it was in the second game. Moose are going to get one more touch, keeping the blue corner here. 2 Eagles defenders are going to miss the touch on the ball, leaving Smurf a free touch and a free second one as well. Is there a follow-up off the backboard? Do they have the boost to do it? Not exactly, nor do they have the elevation. Moose had the shot opportunity, shot it high and wide. Moose now looking to get the redirect touch, and Anti and I don't know who the second teammate are in a Rule 1, and they're respecting it all the way. Oh, no, they broke it. They broke it.
And with that, we see Not Deku sending the ball up into the air. And then we see Smurf kind of sending it down to midfield. Anti will get the next touch, bounce it off of the backboard. Is Vault Slash there with the follow-up? Yes, but it's just going to go a little bit too far to the side there. Now Moose in possession of the ball and in possession of the side there, as Slash is going to send it towards the midfield and back to Anti. And then we see Smurf get the next touch on the ball. Anti get the next. This ball is just volleying back and forth around the midfield here as we kind of rotate over into the corner. Not Deku gets a bump. And then Amethyst is going to keep the Eagles push alive. 40 seconds remaining.
Smurf not keeping possession of the ball in the corner here is going to get one touch out of it to attempt to go with an air dribble. Only good for one more touch. Anti to control the ball, get it out of possession here. Now to the corner, takes one shot off the sidewall here. Is going to leave it. There was a shot potential, but it was missed. Now Amethyst looking for a shot as well. Missed as well. Slash is going to get a bicycle kick. And that's Smurf in an attempt to clear the ball. And a panic is going to put it in the net and give the Eagles their third goal of the game. And it's a 2-goal game with 18 seconds left.
And then the 50-50 is going to send it to the skybox and then immediately down to the left on that line. We see Not Deku kind of send it right past Anti. Amethyst going to get the net touch on the ball, send it over onto the side. Slash coming up for that follow-up, hits it with the back of their car then, and then balances it on the front. Smurf will be credited with the defense, and that is the Mammoths taking round 3 in this best of 5 and winning.
Winning the series, taking it best of 3, which means
sweep.
They get a sweep. They get 3 points. So I don't believe we saw any Mammoth players on the leaderboard in top 10 then, when we saw it previously before, but they most definitely will be on the board now as they, no matter what, because I believe we also saw them last week as well, which I think they lost that series. So now they have a grand total of 4 points. So they all just tied for first place essentially now, if we don't see the Lynxes anywhere else throughout this series or in this stream as well. But the biggest thing that I got to take away from there is there were just a ton of mistakes made on both sides. It just so happened to be that the Mammoths had a greater potential and more accuracy and ability to convert goals. That's all it really was. I mean, 2 of the goals for the side of the Eagles were own goals from a Mammoth player that they're trying to clear the ball in a panic. But the Mammoths by no means are, from my perspective, a super mechanical, no mistakes, godlike team. They make a lot of mistakes, and hopefully, if they clean those up, and they keep that scoring potential going, they got the potential to keep that top 10 place.
And the Eagles at this point are kind of looking to, they need to find, the coaches have given the Eagles the advice to stay consistent when attacking and defending and try not to do too much. We saw a little bit of that when 3 Eagle players would be going after the ball, each one of them trying to get the clear, not trusting the teammates to do that. So Eagles definitely going to have to take a step back, kind of really reevaluate things after this week, as the Mammoths are going to continue to push forward in terms of points.
Yeah, they're going to have to go back and reevaluate. Like I said, I think both sides made a lot of mistakes that need to be corrected before they can move on to fight some more advanced teams, because more advanced teams are going to take 100% advantage of those double commits, those wide shots, those missed touches, where they drive around the ball and miss it. They're going to take advantage, and they're not going to give you the space that you had in this game. So it's going to be a little bit of reality check, but I think they can push through.
And with that, we're going to go to a break and then bring you our next matchup, which will be the Stingrays versus the Eels.
How do I bring the energy?
all this time you put in, summer, fall, morning, afternoon, now's your time. You're right here. You've done all the work. Now just make it happen. You have to earn your stripes. We can't win unless we're the most physical team. You have to earn it. Let's lock in. This is it. Go, go, go! You want to stay in this court? We're not giving you anything. You earn it. Get back! Get back! Think deep. This is the time right now. Can't put it off until tomorrow. On the clock. This is where you gotta be at your best. You've been practicing all summer. Now you gotta make it happen. Now get a stop. One time, get a stop. It's now or never.
Hey, don't you wish your slides were comfortable, high quality, durable, and most of all, custom? Well, guess what? We agree, and that drives everything we do. And because our custom game is next level, the only limitation to what's possible is your imagination. Stand in your passion, creativity, and stand in your colors. Whatever you can think of, we've got you covered. Head to iSlideUSA.com so you can stand in what you stand for.
Welcome back to this week's broadcast of the Esports Tower Rumble in Rocket League. We're broadcasting from the Boise State Esports Arena. Week 2 of our Rocket League Rumble series is underway, and today is a great day to make a difference in the lives of critically ill children. For every purchase made at iSlides today, a percentage of every purchase will be donated to Make-A-Wish Foundation, helping them fulfill the gaming wishes of children facing critical illnesses. Did you know that gaming wishes are the fastest growing request from sick kids? And with your help, we can make sure that more kids have their gaming wishes granted. By shopping at iSlides today and using the promotion code WISHES, you are not only getting the products you love, but you're also supporting a great cause. You can help bring joy and hope to these amazing kids and their families. So come on and visit iSlidesUSA.com, knowing that every purchase you make is making a difference. Let's show our support for Make-A-Wish and their missions to grant more gaming wishes to children in need. Do not forget to use the promo code WISHES. Together we can make a positive impact on the lives of these brave and resilient children. Thank you for support, and let's make some dreams come true. I'm your host, Colby Alloway, and joining me to call all of the action is Colin McJunkin. So what do you think teams should focus on moving into this next matchup, which will be the Stingrays versus the Eels?
For the Stingrays and the Eels, I believe I don't think we've seen the Stingrays. I believe we did see the Eels before. I don't exactly remember how their performance went.
Very well. They're after the Lynxes in terms of player leaderboards. It's like all the Lynxes sweeps, and then we got the Eels, and then we got some Wolves down at the bottom in 9 and 10.
Yeah, so they're exactly in that running too. So I am excited to see how they'll play against a team that also I haven't seen at all in this tournament so far. In terms of things to focus on, rotations are obviously key. Communication and coordination, amazingly. Car control is another thing that's really underrated in terms of having the ability to control what your car wants to do with the ball and how you want to do it. Sometimes the littlest mistakes can make a mistouch, and that can lead to a lot of misfortune. And remember, the corner defensively is your best friend, so it's not a bad thing to play around it.
And a little bit of advice coming straight from the coaches for the Stingrays is, well, but before we get to that, We want to take a moment to congratulate all of the Esports Tower Club members who have graduated from the clubs and have been offered scholarships around the country. Over the last 3 months, Esports Tower Club members have received over $4.5 million in scholarship awards. These students have not only worked hard on their in-game play, but worked hard academically and have earned these scholarship opportunities. The players that receive these scholarships are talented, hardworking, and driven, and we could not be more excited and proud to see all of the opportunities these players are getting. And to pick back up, a bit of advice from the coaches for the Eels say that they have a lot of potential and can keep up with top teams in the Rumble Series with solid fundamentals in Rocket League play. And the Stingrays, the coaches say this team can play with a lot of confidence. They just need to be careful about being too overconfident and losing games that they should win. So we've brought the Esports Tower coaches into that. And with that, we're going to get into Doc's keys to the game so that we can bring, our own little flavoring keys in there. Doc's keys to the game in Rocket League are to create mistakes, punish overcommits, play walls better, and demo to disrupt. Doc's keys to the game are presented today by Esports Tower. Score pro advice at esportstower.com. Improve your game sense, improve your team play, and improve your performance under pressure. You'll get matched with great players and professional coaches to help you rank up. And, of course, iSlides has teamed up with Esports Tower during the World Streams for Wishes. Scan the QR code and use the promo code WISHES at checkout, and a portion of the proceeds will be donated to Make-A-Wish. And with that, we're going to get right into the matchup of the Stingrays versus the Eels. Two highly competitive teams whose coaches have a lot of faith in them. I think these are some of the mechanically stronger teams that we have in Esports Tower, so we should be in for a real treat with these two teams against each other.
And on the map as well. This is actually a for real best of 3. Not a normal best of 5, but it's outside the constraints of the normal rules that were set up at 30% complete for this match. Rotato is going to fake out one of the orange offensive players. Keep the ball in the corner here, essentially Boss. Rotate the ball over. Take the rotation over to the midfield, leaving Zahydra. He's getting one touch now. Zahydra elevates it for one touch off the ceiling here. Toke gonna elevate, try and get the beat. DYR wasn't able to get one. Rotato looking with shots, a bit too harsh of an angle, but essentially Boss is there for the follow-up. He's gonna put one in, and that is the Stingrays going up 1-0 here with 4 minutes and 20 seconds left.
Ooh, and it looks like DYR is going to go ahead and send that ball over into the orange, and then we see Hydra being the next to touch, but get demoed for their efforts. Will Tokay be able to get the goal? No, unfortunately not, and it will be cleared all the way back to the mid. Doom's going to try to make one more last pass back to Tokay. Rotato's going to steal it, and then we see the Hydra kind of stopping the back wall touch, but Birdie is currently in possession of the ball. But is there follow-up for the goal? No, not quite. So Tokay kind of takes possession of this next. As essentially Boss tries to fail to steal the ball, we see Doom, and now it's Birdie going to steal the ball and get a demo for their attempts here. And then we see essentially Boss, Rotato, and all the members of the Stingrays just kind of going on the hard offensive right now. All 3 members.
Boss trying to get a 50 here. The Hydra's going to get one soft touch. Trying to avoid any shot being put on net. Rotato now trying to put the ball down for a potential shot on net. DYR also getting 50 though, but the ball out of the orange field with. Who's going to be able to get it around 1 though? Get the ball as a Hydra here, but essentially Boss makes the right read. Gets the ball to DYR. He's going to get one more touch. Okay, he's going to make another good read on the sidewall there. Almost gets a disrupt as well. Rotato with possession is going to give it up. DYR is there to intercept and keep the ball in the orange half of the field.
See it go all the way over into the middle. Now Doom currently in possession of the ball. Ooh, almost going to get a goal, but we see Boss kind of subvert that, get the save. Now we see Tokay send it straight down, almost in front of the goal. We see Doom now getting the save, popping it up in the air, and now it is essentially, once again, trying to score that goal, but Hydra is going to get the save. Rotato unfortunately wasn't able to get that goal. However, they will get the demo onto Doom here. Ooh, Zahydra just a little bit too fast. And the Stingrays are going to go up 1, 2 minutes and 35 seconds remaining.
By 2 here, gives himself a pretty good standard so far. A pretty good buffer zone when it comes to not feeling a whole lot of pressure. And DOR might make it a 3-goal lead, and that's exactly what's going to happen with 2 minutes and 26 seconds left. The Stingrays, once again, taking this 3-goal lead. It was mentioned how the Eels can play with get the best of them, but the Stingrays are showing out for it.
You see instantly Boston sending the ball over into the corner. You see it roll up off the field. Ooh, Protato not going to be able to get that touch. You see it rotate into the corner. Tokay getting the next touch, bouncing it off of the corner. Will Hydra be able to goal? No, they're heading over onto the orange side of the field. You see Protato kind of bounce it over into the orange, and then immediately after that, Hydra bounces it back. Hydra and Protato just kind of bouncing this ball back and forth and content to do that in the midfield right now. And then we see Hydra miss the touch and have to kind of Yui back. Doom's going to get the next touch, try to get it past Verdian essentially here. Ooh, and Verdi's going to get demoed mid-air as Tokay sends the ball up into the air in the midfield.
Hydra's going to get one touch, disruptive touch that's going to be made by the blue defender. Essentially, Boss is going to have to make a dangerous touch on the sidewall to prevent it going in the goal. But unfortunately, it was too little, too late. And another goal, or the first goal for the side of the Eels. Perhaps the redemption arc in this game continues, but they got a minute 20 to do it. So far, it's essentially Boss getting another shot, but it's blocked out. Rotates 50 into the side of the net.
Tokay currently in possession of the ball, but Verdi's going to get the next touch, send it over into the corner, and then immediately try to get the next touch after stealing that little loose rope there. We see the Hydra currently in possession of the ball. Essentially now is going to steal it. Will they be? Ooh, no shot on goal. Protato's going to try to follow up there, but Hydra's going to get a clear down to main field. Essentially, Boss says, no, we're not done quite yet. Ooh, and sets Protato up for the goal, but unfortunately it will be saved. And now it is the Hydra kind of taking, no, Hydra's not taking anything anywhere except spawn as they are demoed back, and then we see Doom try to bounce it off the side wall. Ooh, is there any follow-up touches for that? No, so essentially Bossy is able to get the clear and get things out of the goal zone, even as the Eels continue sort of.
Protato getting 50 here. BYR does try to elevate there, but does make a missed touch here, decides to abandon that touch. Essentially Boss is going to really creative touch, putting it over to the side, corner there after it's just going to be scored. Doom's going to elevate, try to get a touchdown to his teammate though. Is not going to be able to do it. Essentially Boss not able to do his touch. Tokay's going to get a one shot off the backboard there. But it's not going to be able to get converted here. Essentially Boss now going completely set, but gets completely put out of position there. And Protato's going to be able to finish it off. As a defender in the orange goal. Took it in and out approach. It looks like the Stingrays are going to win the first game 4-1.
And both of these teams missed out on some points week one. The Stingrays because they were off week one, and the Eels because they were unfortunately reverse swept. So this is really a high stakes game for both of these teams trying to get back on it in week two. What do you think's going well?
So far, what was the Stingrays are really being aggressive in the sense of their follow-up to it is really nice. That's sort of all I can really allude to it, and their touches are just of a higher quality so far right now. But the Eels, once again, sort of mentioned, they're a high-quality team. They're able to stick with it. We saw them score a goal there towards the end of it. They just need to stick with it. A lot of times the shots that are put on net seem to be when there's only one defender in net and nothing in rotation. So they get put themselves in these really sticky situations where they need to make these questionable touches to save the ball, and it backfires on them. So I think if they can get themselves out of a lot of those situations where they can make wow, English is extremely difficult for me at this moment. If they can make controlled, calculated touches, they can find themselves in a situation that is much more advantageous to them and perhaps turn the tables and get their own couple goals.
And the Eels are looking to reverse sweep at this point against the Stingrays because the Stingrays are up a single round, and this match between the Eels and Stingrays is a best of three.
BYR is going to get a beautiful fake there. Now has control of the ball, looking to get a flick. Wasn't able to get it though. A bit too much time to develop it. Essentially, Boss calculated touch off the corner there. It's bumped off though. The Hydra's going to get the disrupt. BYR elevates, might have the beat, gets the misread. Instead, Protato also not able to get a touch. This could be a dangerous situation. If BYR is not going to be able to get another touch, essentially Boss going to make a good read off the corner there. They're going to 50 with I don't want it. It was a suck for the side of the Eels.
See Hydra currently in possession of the ball. Now it is Murdy going to go ahead and steal it and set Protato just right down their side, ready to make any follow-up. And with that, Protato got the follow-up and got the goal. But we all know it was really Verdi that set that up.
In the bump there, absolutely gave the net sort of freeness that the Eels or the Stingrays needed to get that goal. Okay, looking to get a 50 there. Down. I don't want it.
Don't want to tilt. And that is the sub for the Eels, getting the first goal for them in 13 seconds remaining. 1-1 on the clock. Looking pretty good for both of these teams here. Potato drives off the ceiling and then kind of has to drop. Ooh! Just a little bit too far to the right, Hydra. And then we see Tilt and Verity vying for the ball, but there will be no defender in goal as Verity makes it just right below the crossbar. Big Stingrays up 2 to the Eels 1 1 second remaining.
Very beautiful shot. You can see it. Stingrays top. Now to Hydra. They set up a little bit of midfield pass, but it didn't develop anything too much. I don't want to tilt. Does get the 50 clear in the corner there as the Hydra elevates. He's going to be able to beat on Verity. Essentially, Boss controls the touch. We're trying to cut it around Toke. Potato and the Hydra, I think, elevated for that ball, and a missed shot on the crossbar there, and another missed opportunity to score the ball. Hydra's not going to have the shadow. Get one touch, keep the ball a little bit elevated here in the midfield here. I don't want to tilt. He's going to follow it up off the sidewall. Gets one touch, doesn't make any play in the air, trying to get a beat up Essentially Boss. Gets a 50 off the ceiling here. Could be dangerous. Essentially going to look to clear the ball, but it's Verde.
Toge kind of trying to be the sole attacker here, but essentially is going to steal it, and it looks like Tilt's vying with him for the ball there. Kind of gets it bumped into the middle of all of the Stingrays there, who can send it over in the corner. Toge kind of driving up the wall to get it. Potato gets the next touch, and then we see Essentially get the next touch, kind of bounce it off the sidewall a little bit there. Will there be follow-up for a goal? Ooh, Toge gets right in the middle of all the Stingrays' plans, but Verity's going to get the next touch on the ball and a shot. Both Toge and Tilt defending, committing to defending. So we see the Hydra being the next member of the Eels, maybe able to touch the ball, but currently the Stingrays still have this.
Possession of the ball. Going to send the ball over to Essentially Boss with a pinch. One touch pass. Essentially Boss now going to get one touch down to it. Potato. Now gets one ball on the sidewall here. Looking to get around. Doesn't get around one defender here. This could be a shot opportunity. It was disrupted though. And now Toke is going to try and get the beat. In a position to Essentially Boss. Essentially Boss is going to boom it over. Verde trying to get a touch. Isn't able to get it. I don't want to tilt. Is beat by Potato. Keeping the ball in this orange corner here. Now Potato with the pass to Essentially Boss. Essentially Boss with the shot. It's not powerful enough as I don't want to tilt. So Zero Boost is going to be able to fake out another blue attacker here. In just under 2 minutes, the Eels are looking to equalize this game.
Looks like Verity Curse with the ball. Ooh, getting several touches and an aerial dribble there. Flex points. And then we see Toke. Oh no, it's Boss that gets the next touch. Bounces it way high off the backboard. There isn't a whole lot of follow-up from the Stingrays, so now Tilt's going to take possession of the ball and ooh, Verity just bumps that just enough to stop it from becoming a goal. As the Hydra's going to get the next shot, and then Verity once again, the defender that the Stingrays are looking for here. Essentially Boss trying to get it clear, clears it at least to midfield, gets some breathing room there. Now it is Toke and Potato vying for the ball in the corner as they both drive up the sidewall. 50-50 will send it kind of rolling all the way over. Essentially Boss will send it over to Potato. Potato ready for the next touch, but Tilt not letting them touch the ball, but now they can't stop it as their demo.
Ready to take a shot to Potato there. Trying to get into a shot, a triple commit. All the blue attackers in this corner, but it doesn't matter as Potato is going to find themselves in the perfect position to make a play on the ball. And now with the minute 3 seconds left, they're going to put themselves in 2-goal lead, 3-1 here right off the kickoff. So Hydra not making too best of a touch. Unfortunately for them, Potato's shot goes high and wide, but essentially blasting off the ceiling here, trying to make a pass play. Another triple commit to the side of the Stingrays. If the Eels just slow it down, they could potentially get a goal here, but essentially Boss able to rotate that.
And then we see now Toge. No, it's Tilt that's going to get the next touch of the ball over Verity. And then Potato going to get the next touch. Will they get the second touch? They will. Toge trying to ruin their plans there, sending things over into the corner. 2 Stingray defenders. Verity is going to get credited with that save. And then we see Tilt kind of bounce it off of it. And now it is essentially Aussie currently losing possession of the ball. Toge going to send it all the way over into the corner. Potato chasing after it while where Tilt is trying to position themselves. The ball is going to bounce. And we see it go where nobody expected, up into the air. Tilt driving up the wall, gets the first touch, second touch, and now, ooh, almost the third as Potato's just going to side check that right out from under.
4 seconds left here. Looks like the Stingrays are going to be the ones to walk away with the series W. UIR was the last attempt to make a touch. And that's all they wrote because the Stingrays are this series winner, the second series of the game so far. Make it a little bit of an upset, right?
The Stingrays didn't play week 1.
Yeah,
So
true.
they're
So,
definitely
yeah.
coming out with a strong showing, and it was the sweep that they were looking for.
Mm-hmm.
So Make-A-Wish and Esports Tower have joined forces in the month of April as the world streams for wishes. Gaming-related wishes from kids are among the fastest-growing wishes by children in the past years. With your help, we can grant wishes to kids in need. Scan the QR code and help Esports Tower and Make-A-Wish bring even more gaming-related wishes to life. Stingrays with a strong showing. The Lynxes definitely have some competition, even though they already have the point lead from sweeping week 1.
But we will see them in the next series going forward, so it really sort of sets them up. So far, the Mammoths and the Stingrays, right off the bat, the Stingrays have, sort of the Mammoths and Stingrays are the ones sort of contesting with them so far in terms of point percentage-wise of what they have and being tied with them in terms of it. So I actually think the Mammoths, it's all tied up right now, but
The Mammoths and Stingrays are both in the sweep group for this week.
Yeah, so they both, I believe the Mammoths have 4 points here, and the Stingrays would then have 3 points. So on a technicality, the Mammoths are in the lead right now because they have a point more than the Lynx. But the Lynx are going to be the team we play next, or play next against the Wolves. And the Wolves have 2 players that are in the top 10, so this could be a good little match to see. That's what I'm looking forward to. But the Stingrays taking a W over a pretty good team, in my opinion.
And it could be a good opportunity for the Wolves to get bumped from 9 and 10 to 1 through 7.
Yep, exactly.
So that would be very good for them, too. But before we get into our next matchup of the Lynx versus the Wolves, we're going to go to a break.
How do I bring the energy?
Hey, don't you wish your slides were comfortable, high quality, durable, and most of all, custom? Well, guess what? We agree, and that drives everything we do. And because our custom game is next level, the only limitation to what's possible is your imagination. Stand in your passion, creativity, and stand in your colors. Whatever you can think of, we've got you covered. Head to iSlideUSA.com so you can stand in what you stand for.
Welcome back to this week's broadcast of Esports Tower Rumble in in Rocket League. We are broadcasting from the Boise State Esports Arena. Welcome back, Rumble players, families, and viewers. We're excited to not only give you the play-by-play of our favorite games, but also to support an incredible cause, the Make-A-Wish Foundation. Did you know that gaming wishes are the fastest growing requests from sick kids? That's right. And with your help, we can make sure that more kids can have their gaming wishes granted. By donating to Make-A-Wish, you can help us make a difference in the lives of these brave children. Whether it's getting them the latest gaming console, setting up a gaming room, or even playing alongside them, your contribution can help us make their dreams a reality. So let's come together as a gaming community and show our support for Make-A-Wish. Your donations can make a huge impact in the lives of these kids and their families. So let's make some wishes come true. I am your host, Colby Alloway, and joining me to call all of the action is Colin McJunkin. So we did a little bit of comparisons of the two teams.
Yep.
And our next match is the Lynxes versus the Wolves. Who are you betting on in this matchup?
Probably the Lynxes, just statistically, in terms of, like, they were the top runners. They won week one. They're starting off strong here. But, you know, I'm always a sucker for a good little upset. So, yes, I would love to see the leaderboard get disrupted because if the Wolves manage to take it, then this really throws the leaderboard for a big little whoop-de-whoop. So, if the Wolves take it, I'd be excited to see that, but I'm also sort of expecting the Lynxes to be the ones that really overpower the Wolves here because they look like a very solid team and, you know, mechanically and competitively solid. They played one of the better teams, the Eels, in the first week and managed to take that out in a reverse sweep, so might be in for a game here.
And we're going to get into some coach advice for both of these teams. And the coaches say that the Wolves do a great job relying on each other and leaning on their months of experience playing together to make up for any issues that they might have individually in a series. Whereas the Lynxes, the big bad, the mountain we're all trying to climb here, the coaches want the Lynx to continue to focus on the end goal and not get caught trying to force a sweep and end up costing themselves the series. Sweeps are wonderful, but you can't force it. You got to just play the best, cleanest Rocket League that you possibly can.
At this point, you're trying to get as many points as you can for as many players as you can, and you already have 4 that are at 4 points now. If you take the 2 and you continue to take 2, there's nobody that can really catch up to you because you'll stay the undefeated team.
And both of these teams were very happy with their performances last week because the Wolves won 3 straight games just after dropping game 1 in their series, and the Lynxes got our first sweep on the board in week 1 to week 2. And now we see Papasaur, just barely going to miss that touch there, but we see Trust get the next touch, and then we see Free Ink going to go ahead and get the next touch. Tony just barely going to save that right before it meanders on into the goal. And then we kind of see the ball doing a little bit of bouncing as members kind of wait to touch it, and then Papasaur gets the next touch flying in. Free Ink kind of resends it back into that corner. Trust is going to send it into the middle. Will Longmacomp be able to do a goal? No, they just kind of pass it into the corner over there, and it looks like Papasaur was just a little bit too late on that, but now we see Trust kind of breaking away from the pack here as Free Ink gets the next touch, and now it's Longmacomp just stealing it away from the Wolves here.
Tony with the touch off the backboard here. Papasaur is going to be able to make a little bit of a defensive play there. Tony now to control the ball. Papasaur taking a little bit of commit. Tony with the 50 there. Now Torque, one touch off the sidewall here. Getting onto the backboard. Might be the shot on net. He's going to take the shot with the wheels there. It's not strong enough nor fast enough. Don't trust who's going to be able to make the save. Now Tony gets a 50 here, keeping the ball in the orange corner. We're looking for one more touch on the sidewall. Don't trust me. He's going to get a small touch, like a soft touch, keeping it on the ground there. One bit of a flick. Free Ink is going to be able to get a 50 as well. And Don't Trust Me is going to get the beat on Tony. Now it's up to Torque to make a play. It's going to send her over the blue wall here. Sent right back towards him in the middle of the field.
Tony kind of send it right over to Don't Trust Me, who immediately kind of volleys it over the midfield, and it looks like Torque is going to get the next touch. And get the second touch. Longmacomp will be able to steal it from the midfield, go up, get the next touch. Is there follow-up for a goal there? Trust Me sends it just ever closer, but Tony's going to kind of roll in and save that at the last moment. Now we see Papasaur currently in possession of the ball. Free Ink in net to defend, but Torque is going to stop that before it even happens, as now it's Don't Trust Me and Torque kind of vying for this ball over on the sidewall. Now we see Papasaur kind of bump it all the way over to midfield, get a massive clear all the way over to Free Ink, who sent it straight down that midline, and then immediately we see Papasaur racing after the ball in that corner, getting a clear all the way almost to the blue end zone.
Arizona Don't Trust Me carrying the ball a little bit. Tries to beat Tony here. The ball does get beat over Tony, but the ball also goes too far over the net as well to make any type of progress in terms of shooting a ball. into the back of the net. Don't Trust Me gets one touch, almost meets Papasaur in mid-air there. Free Ink's going to get a big bang over to Torque. Torque takes the shot. It's a little bit too high above. Let's backboard shot. Could be a follow-up. Is it there? With 2 minutes 30 seconds left, this game is still scoreless here as Papasaur is going to take control, but give up a little bit of possession as Free Ink's going to 50 it out and put it into midfield.
And next we see Lamacom kind of send the ball down, and then we see Trust kind of elevate to get the next touch. That is an empty net as Papasaur gets our full first goal of the game for the Lynxes. Up 1, 2 minutes and 17 seconds remaining.
Game off strong. That's exactly the team that made that reverse sweep happen. You know, more than anything, they've got the mental capacity to keep pushing forward and to not give up, but they had the lead early as Tony's going to find the open net. Plus, get demoed for it nonetheless. You'd have to argue at what point do you go ball over car, but nevertheless, that's the Wolves equalizing this game with 2 minutes and 8 seconds left. Free Ink's going to make one touchdown. Papasaur's going to be able to control it off the sidewall, off the corner piece. Tony to pop it up one more time. Don't Trust Me looking for the shot. Gets the 50 of the sidewall. It does get one more touch with the help of Lamacom, but it's going to be clear as Tony's going to assist that ball just a bit outside the blue zone, but it's kept it by Pop.
Papasaur is going to get the next touch on there, and then we see Torque kind of trying to get in the way. Llama now next one in possession of the ball, and then immediately after that, Tony sends it to the midfield, and a bunch of cars just go after it. We see Trust just barely subverted the goal at the last second. Free Ink looking for that next goal, but instead of just going to clear it around the midline here. Torque, but Papasaur is just going to go ahead and steal that ball right out from in front of Torque. Now we see Tony getting the touch, just barely not going to be able to get that touch. Free Ink, ooh, almost a shot. Ooh, it gets the follow-up touch. So that is another goal for the Wolves, putting us up 2-1, a minute and 19 seconds remaining.
And 19, don't count the Lynxes out completely. The kill-out's going to go in the favor a little bit. Free Ink was looking for a touch, fakes out Lamacom a little bit. Torque trying to get one more touch, sends it over to the orange corner here. Don't Trust Me making a soft touch over, keeping it in midfield here. Papasaur's going to control it, but gets demoed for it anyway. Free Ink was trying to control it, getting a little bit of air dribble here, sends it to the sidewall. Torque get one touch, keep it along that same corner, and now Tony make a defensive play just back and forth so far. Lamacom takes a little bit of a lob shot towards net, but Torque is going to be able to save it. Now Pop up the sidewall, sticking with the ball, gets one more touch in the midfield here. Don't Trust Me was waiting, so was Lamacom, but Torque is going to be able to make the save and get one more touch off the sidewall from the initial touch they made the first time. Save the goal.
Immediately with that, we see Papasaur sending it up into the skybox, and then, ooh, it just kind of bounces right in front of Torque there. And then we see Trust being the next one to touch the ball, kind of break away with it a little bit before Free Ink ruins their plans. And then now we see Papasaur trying to get the next touch, driving parallel to Free Ink there. And then we see Don't Trust just barely miss the touch, but Lamacom sure isn't, as they send it almost to bounce off the back wall. Free Ink gonna disrupt that and try to get the next touch on the ball, try to pass it around. Llama passes it to Torque successfully, and then immediately after that, ooh, it almost rolls at goal, but the Lynxes will be able to defend and actually almost score off of that as Free Ink drifts in at the last moment. Tony now in possession of the ball. Will they get it? Not going to be able to get it past Papasaur here as Trust elevates to get the next touch. Free Ink goes up to connect them. Llama's going to be a little bit of a break in the Lynx's defenses here, and the Wolves are going to win round 1, 2-1.
The Wolves getting a little bit upset, but once again, the Lynx have been in a situation where they're able to put on a reverse sweep, so I wouldn't count them completely out, but nevertheless, the Wolves are looking pretty strong there. They're able to convert a lot of goals there, and while they did sort of, the second goal was a little bit of free open when they saw that was a mistake on the Lynxes in terms of rotation that they made, but they take advantage of that stuff, and they're a team that's able to keep up pace to pace with the Lynxes so far. A big note that I took the Lynx from last week was they were a very confident team that looked like they played to their speed and didn't play with a whole lot of hesitation there. And the Wolves were a team that were doing that exact same thing with the Lynxes head-to-head here. So once again, this is going to be one of those games. It's going to come down to the micro decisions that these teammates make to each other, because this is not a game where one team has an apparent advantage over the other. Mm-hmm. Each team has the mechanical ability to put shots on net and play around the opponent and make some passing plays happen. So it's going to be down from game to game. It's
going to be up to who, because both of these teams are making mechanical mistakes, even though they are some of the more mechanical skilled teams that we have in Esports Tower. It's going to come up down to not mechanical skill, but who can punish mistakes better.
Yep, exactly, 100% of the way. You got to find the openings and the gaps that your teammates make. You know, you're human at the end of the day. You're going to make mistakes, right? You take that from any video game, any sport, anything you do. You're never going to be perfect 100% of the time. You can try your best, but you'll never truly succeed. So at this point, like I said, it's going to be down.
You can try your best, but you'll never truly succeed.
You really do not.
Only if perfection is the objective. You can succeed in a lot of different ways without being.
Oh, yeah. I really like that point.
Ooh, Papasaur is going to win the first 50-50, and ooh, Llama gets that touch. Torque just barely disrupts it a little bit to stop the goal. Now we see Llama and Free Ink. Free Ink's going to break away from everybody. That's not an empty goal as we see Papasaur kind of rotate back. Don't trust me, kind of getting on the backboard defense there as we see Llama in possession of the ball, dribbling it down the midfield. It looks like Twitch Hoppy is a sub in for the Wolves after they have won round 1.
Trying to get a passing play over to Torque there. Wasn't able to connect. Passing play. Llama-Comp's going to get the bang. Free Ink is going to be able to put a disrupt to it. Torque goes up to the 50 on Papasaur. Not much elevation to the play, but nevertheless gets it. Now another 50 is going to put the ball to orange corner here. Free Ink's not being able to get too progressive of a touch. But Free Ink still finding themselves in a perfect position there. Llama-Comp makes a really bad touch. This could be bad, but Papasaur was able to make a saving touch, put it over the orange corner.
No, but not the second.
But that doesn't matter, as Free Ink's going to find themselves in perfect position to receive Papasaur's touch in the corner and put a shot on net. Was touched, but wasn't a strong enough touch to take it out of the net.
With that, we see Free Ink get the bump in front of the net. We see Trust kind of circling, looking for their opportunity. And it looks like Trust just playing that corner, trying to set Papasaur up, down, main. We see Llama come in and do the same as well, trying to get it clear. Now Papasaur gets the next touch, send it back into that corner for Llama to go get. But Free Ink's going to go ahead and steal that, get it main. Now Trust currently in possession of the ball, just right down that midfield line. Going to go up the side wall. It looks like they're going to spike it back down. Now Papasaur is now the most likely member to touch it next. It looks like they will get the first touch and the second as they kind of redirect the ball over to Torque on the blue side of the field. And then once again, we see Trust elevate along that midline. And Twitch is going to get a massive clear straight down the middle. Llama going to get that touch in air, just barely bump it out of scoring range. Now Llama currently in possession of the ball, but fighting Torque for it.
Free Ink able to stop the play. It's going to get a flick, puts the ball in the air. Don't trust me, he's going to get one touch, looking for a second touch as well. Torque is going to be able to get the beat in the midfield there. Now Llama-Comp off the corner, looking for a beat as well. Is able to barely get it. Now Pop was able to play perfectly off that. Twitch Hoppy going to go ahead and roundabout, now playing to the corner of the field. It's going to be able to get one pop over Llama-Comp. Llama-Comp's going to be able to put this ball in the orange corner and follow it up again off a teammate's touch. Now Torque sent it to the left side of the wall. It's a rather powerful touch. Don't trust me, trying to get it clear here. It actually sets up Free Ink.
Off the backboard.
Free Ink took the shot, but it once again off the backboard. Torque took a shot as well. Don't trust me, the bicycle kick in front of the net was able to save it. Torque once again elevated for the shot. Also didn't save it over the net. And now it's Free Ink that's going to take possession. But it's able to do it as more as they're demoed.
Now we see Twitch currently in possession of the ball. Going to pass it at least around Llama into that corner. We see Trust going up along the sidewall there. Ooh, Torque on the ceiling! And then we see them kind of spike it down into that lower right-hand corner. Free Ink trying to contest the two Lynxes in that corner there, but it will be Papasaur that breaks away with the ball. Will Twitch be able to stop them? They will. They kind of send it up, and now it is Llama's turn to kind of fight for the ball, but Torque is going to ruin their plan, steal it, and send it all the way down main. Twitch once again in possession. No, now it's Trust. Now the ball is just careening down the midfield as Free Ink is going to send it bottom left-hand corner, and Llama is going to send it right back to Torque, who has to get up into the air. It looks like there's some follow-up main. Free Ink is circling looking for that shot. Ooh, that is immediately going to be sent flying over.
Llama-Comp now entering the blue midfield here, looking for a dribble, looking for a flick. It's going to be able to hit the flick. It does hit the crossbar here. There was a follow-up, but the shot wasn't strong enough and didn't have the angle to be put on net. As Free Ink is going to be demoed, there isn't a follow-up for Free Ink. Twitch Hoppy is going to elevate, trying to put a shot on net. Not strong enough here. Llama-Comp does get bumped, but Papasaur's in one possession of the ball. Is going to be able to get a flick. Free Ink's going to disrupt it, send over to the right wall here. Llama-Comp once again put into possession, and a shot, more like a bang, that was put on by Twitch. Is going to be able to convert it. Torque now to put the ball in the midfield here with about 1 minute and 5 seconds left. Free Ink's going to be able to get a 50 in. The ball is dangerously in the blue corner here. Is going to be able to free out. Don't trust, he takes a shot and finds a perfect opening. Threading the needle is going to be able to keep the ball sliding on the ground between two different defenders. Score this, equalize the game out.
55 seconds remaining, 1-1, even score. We see Papasaur currently in possession of the ball, bouncing it back and forth between the members of the Wolves here. And it looks like they kind of send it down main. Trust getting, ooh, is that an empty net? No, Free Ink just barely going to make that save and kind of send it over into the corner. Now Llama currently in possession of the ball, but two Wolves are in defensive positions here as Twitch trying to fight Papasaur for it. Torque will be the one that gets the clear all the way over into the orange. Now it is Llama and Trust. Ooh, it looks like Trust is going to elevate for the ball, but unfortunately their adversary got the better touch into the goal. Wolves won 29.
Taking the lead right now, but an open net. Torque might be able to get there in time, but just isn't able to. Don't trust me from the midfield. Going to take an absolute banger to the top right corner. Is going to be able to find another equalizing goal here, but so far the Lynxes have been a little bit on their back foot so far. With 20 seconds left, are we going to go into OT, or they're going to be, or is either side going to be able to find the goal to give themselves the lead? Don't trust me is going to be able to get it clear to the midfield right now on the right side. Hopfie's going to take a shot. It's blocked up at Papasaur. The ball booms over to the left side of the blue corner here. Llama does make a correct read. There's 2 seconds left. Don't trust he's looking for a shot, but it's banged out by Torque, and nobody there to receive it. We're going OT.
With that, we do see as the seconds tick up, the 50-50 goes up into the air, and Twitch's opportunity is just barely stolen from them as Torque and Free Ink 50-50 and send the ball into the air. Feels like there's a lot of double commits coming out from the Wolves right now as Trust currently touches, sends it down, and then we see Papasaur looking to touch the ball, but it looks like it's Twitch that's going to get the redirect. Free Ink and Torque both over in the blue here as Lollipop kind of, and Don't Trust are kind of passing it back and forth in front of the Wolves' goal, looking to end this 31-second overtime. No, that's just a massive clear. Papasaur barely by the hair of the skin of the teeth of the car there. Kind of bounces it off the sidewall. Free Ink is going to be demoed, kind of ruining the Wolves' rotations here. We see Llama just dribble it straight from 3/4 all the way into the goal, ending our overtime at 45 seconds.
Able to find a little bit of gaps between it. The Lynx found themselves on the back foot the entirety of that game, but nevertheless,
Trust came through.
Yeah, Tooth and Claw came in and, went. Just finding this midfield shots was so perfect for them, especially off the kickoff as well. There was a lot of pressure put on the kickoff, and it also felt like the Wolves started to panic once it got to OT.
Yes, because we saw way more double and triple commits. We'd been seeing like a couple double commits here and there, but then once it got into OT, suddenly nobody on the Wolves trusted their team members to be on the ball, and it was just everybody kind of going for the same things.
Yep, and a lot of touches weren't made to be followed up by a teammate. It's sort of what I speak, or sort of missed touches in general. It's sort of one of the ones I go back to is I believe it was Twitch, the Hopfree that went up for the ball, made a missed touch, ended up sending the ball back to their corner. Could have been a goal. Luckily, to send it around, but it's stuff like that momentum-wise, it may not directly impact you in that moment, but it's going to find a way to impact you throughout the game nonetheless.
And we saw that one time the double commit actually as members kind of got in each other's way on the defensive thing. And then we see, it looks like there's some more subs in. We see now Gumi Boy in for the Lynxes here. Almost a rule one in the corner there. We see Trust currently in possession of the ball, sending it over to Gumi Boy. Is that a goal? Can Papasaur get there? Not quite. And then we see Tony now in possession of the ball, looking to score on the Lynxes. It makes a pass, but Papasaur is going to intercept.
Gumi Boy getting an excellent touch, sending it over to the corner here. Could find an opening. Torque was able to disrupt it just perfectly in the nick of time. Switch to get it clear onto the right side of the midfield here. Gumi Boy's going to get one bouncing touch. Torque was able to make a read, but missed the ball. Tony D puts it right in the middle of the field. An open net doesn't go punished, as Twitch is going to be able to clear the ball as it touches the side of the wall.
And we see Papasaur currently in possession going off the side. Tony get it all the way to the other side as Trust is demoed. Gumi sending it up in the air, and then Torque immediately going to defend. Papasaur couldn't get it past all three members of the Wolves there. The group in net. Now the Lynxes are kind of re-rotating, looking for their next opportunity here. Papasaur currently in possession of the ball. Gets that touch just barely over top of Tony.
Doesn't originally feel like the Wolves' team right now. Defensively, they seem super caught off guard in everything that they're doing. Finding 2 or 3 sort of stagnant in net, not really doing too much. That last OT loss seems to have taken a bigger toll on the Wolves than it has, unless they're able to come alive and find an answer back to the goal the Lynxers were able to make. A 50 sends the ball up to the corner here. Pop looking for a shot, is going to be able to take it. Tony elevates, he's going to be able to put a stop to it. Gumi was looking for a shot potential, was able to find it. Don't trust me, he's going to be able to control the ball, send it to an orange corner here. Looking for the follow-up up the sidewalk, gets the pre-flip, able to get a couple more touches going here. Looking for a 50, he's able to do it and grab the 100 boost. Pop only able to get one touch as it's disrupted by Twitch and send it back into the orange midfield.
And immediately with that. We see Tony backing it, bouncing it off of the back wall. We see Trust bouncing it off the side wall. Torque trying to come in through main field. No, actually is going to be needed as a defender just to kind of redirect. And now we see the ball bouncing back and forth in the corner. Torque once again stolen, trying to dribble it out in front of their net there. And the Lynxes take advantage of that, putting us up 2-0. 2 minutes and 55 seconds remaining.
Generally, it's a bad idea to dribble the ball, especially on top of your car in front of your own net. It's a very dangerous thing to do. And
so then you become a golf team.
yeah, then you become a golf team. And they'd explained exactly perfectly why the Wolves should not do that anymore. Tony did a little bit of a fake, but the fake wasn't worth it, as ultimately the whiff did leave Gumi Boy the perfect opportunity to just flop the ball in the bottom left corner, hugging the ground right there. And that's the Lynxes going up 3-0 here with 2 minutes and 30 seconds left so far. And the fire in the Wolves has dissipated entirely, as the Lynxes are now taking complete and utter control of this game.
Now we see Trust trying to put it in net with some amazing technical play, and then we see Tony currently in possession of the ball. It looks like Torque is, all three members of the Wolves are currently circling things right now. We see Twitch, and then immediately Torque in possession of the ball, sending it up around the skybox. We see Goombi kind of coming in from around the side wall there. We see Trust and Tony fighting for this ball back and forth. Tony's going to be the one that goes up the side wall, elevates Twitch, just sending that right under the member of the Lynxes there. And then we see Papasaur elevate, touch the ball, gets the second touch. Will they get the third? Yes, but then Tony immediately disrupts it after that. Luckily sends it right over to Trust. And then Twitch is going to send it over into the air. We see Torque chasing it, but not be able to get the touch. And that's almost an empty net for the Lynxes, but Papasaur comes in clutch to bump it away and clear past midfield.
Trust really for the redirect, and the left blue corner there. Tony was there, disrupted though. Now Pop looking for the shot though off the backboard here. There could be a follow-up by the Lynxes. There wasn't initially, but Gumi Boy over the head of Torque is going to be able to put the ball in the bottom left corner there, and the Lynxes go up 4-0 here with 1 minute 26 seconds left. Right off the kickoff, Gumi Boy is going to send this to the blue corner here. We're awaiting Tony, looking for a second touch or a follow-up, but Pop was fast enough to retaliate in time. Don't trust me, causing a little chaos in the blue half right now. Gumi to disrupt, looking for a second touch here. Is going to be able to get the beat on Tony. Now at the backboard here, Pop could be looking for a shot. Is going to be able to get the 50. Torque not able to get a clear, and Don't Trust Me plays for the miss and does it perfectly. And the Lynxes go up 5-0 now.
1 minute and 6 seconds remaining this next 50-50. It's going to go the way of the Wolves. They needed that. And then immediately after that, we see Trust kind of bouncing into the corner. Torque looking to try to score a goal here. Papasaur elevates around the side wall. We see Twitch immediately go to meet them there. Ball just barely goes under Twitch. Tony misses the touch, but just kind of turns around the ball. Torque bounces it off of the back wall, and with that clear over to midfield, Tony kind of redirects it back to Torque in the back. Torque is everywhere right now, and now nowhere. They get them.
Torque has been able to take a shot on that, but two defenders in net was going to be nearly difficult to take that shot from midfield here. Tony's going to make a bouncing shot. Pop might find himself in an interesting situation. The demo disclouds are a little bit of level of information that we can obtain visually. Twitch now with the shot on the backboard here. Could be a follow-up from the Wolves, though. Not able to find it, as we're still sitting at a 0 scoreline right now. Twitch is going to get 50 with Don't Trust Me. With Don't Trust Me is going to win it. Now Goombi sort of Goomba stomps to it inside of the corner of the wall there.
Goombas get stomped.
Yeah, but, you know, it's always good when the Goombi can.
It's always the Goomies fighting back. And then immediately after that, we see in front of net. Ooh, and the Lynxes are going to take round 3, 5-0. Lynxes are looking pretty strong. What do you think is working the best for them?
So far, they've sort of redirected it, and I think it's more of a thing of the Wolves have sort of disappeared from what I saw in the first game. It doesn't look like they're playing the same level so far. A couple of the times I don't see them playing backboard anymore. I don't see them taking possession of the ball anymore, and I definitely see a lot of them sitting in net, sort of stagnant, sort of just sitting still, not doing too much. And I feel like a couple of the goals that have been scored that way are definitely in that favor. And the touches that the Lynxes have made are really awkward and weird, but there's a solid way to counter that and just making your own better quality of touches as well. And as well, taking a lot of possession in and of itself. So I feel like it's sort of in this switch of, well, not really a switch. The Lynxes have been playing consistently throughout this entire match, but the Wolves, they need to get back on that horse that they were on that first game they won.
And I also want to say that at this point, the mental game and fatigue are kind of starting to set in. 3 matches into this. The Lynxes are at match point. Both of these teams kind of really need to dig deep to continue playing very good mechanical Rocket League. And it looks like Gumi's doing exactly that. And it looks like there's not going to be any subs. We have Free Ink, Tony, Twitch, Gumi, Papasaur, and Trust.
And we already know, sort of speaking on that note of mental ability, we know that the Lynx are this tried and tested team of being able to pull off these reverse sweeps that take mental ability to do that, and still, even so, given so much free space in this left corner of the blue field, Papasaur is going to be able to get an arrow shot on net and put the Lynx up 1-0 here. But off the kickoff, the Wolves have some momentum, but aren't going to be able to convert on it so far.
I do love the Wolf fire steppers on the
Yeah.
we see Wolf style. And then immediately after that, we see Twitch kind of in possession of the ball, fighting Gumi for it, and then Tony bounces it off of the corner wall. Now over to Papasaur. Tony will not be able to get it past Papasaur, who kind of elevates, but now it's up to Free Ink to try to retake possession of this ball. Ooh, just barely going to bounce it off that side crossbar, and Free Ink is breaking away, running across the field. The defending member gets demoed, but immediately after that, 2 more members of the Lynx sweep in to defend. Now we see Papasaur in possession of the ball, popping it up, and immediately getting demoed, playing too slow in the middle of the field here, as Gumi's going to knock what would have been a goal off away for the Lynx.
Gumi getting the second touch off the ceiling there, trying to play around Free Ink right now. Is going to be able to get a little bit of a distress there. Don't Trust Me takes a shot, but it was just a bit too tight of an angle here. Gumi's going to take another touch on the ball to the corner here, looking for another pass or perhaps a shot. Does attempt to take a shot, it's a bit too wide. Pop did fly in for the other side. He attempted to just nudge that ball in there. Pop also getting bumped off the ball. Isn't going to be able to contest anymore. Don't Trust Me. Ooh, gets beat out. Free Ink was going for the double touch.
Follow-up? Not quite. It's going to get spiked down. We see Trust kind of with possession of the ball. Twitch going to stop it. It's going to bounce off of that crossbar, get up to the back wall. Twitch playing a little bit of back wall defense there as they get a massive clear over to Papasaur, who kind of tries to pass it over to Trust, who gets the next touch on ball, elevating up in the corner, gets it past Tony, but not past Twitch, as Twitch sends it back from the midfield over into the orange. And now we see Papasaur get the next touch. This ball has been aerial borne for so long as it touches the ground, and now Don't Trust Me and Twitch both elevate. And then we see Papasaur bounce it off of the sidewall. Will Trust have the follow-up touch? Yes, but Tony has the save. Big demo.
Okay, Gumi does get a demo. Tony might have a shot though. Gumi does rotate just in time to be waiting, sitting there for it. Gumi might be looking for an air dribble play here. Doesn't have the boost nor the elevation to stick with it. Don't Trust Me. Now looking to do the repeat same. Looking for a 50 to get on Tony. It happens. Reads Tony perfectly. And it's going to put the Lynx up. One more goal here with 2 minutes and 18 seconds left.
With that, we see, ooh, the 50-50 goes almost right along that midline there as Free Ink's going to touch the ball, but it's going to be Trust that gets the next touch mount off of the sidewall. We see Twitch is demoed, and then Tony just flies out of nowhere, steals the ball. Gumi there to stop it from going past midfield, gets the touch, and then immediately after that drops it for Papasaur. Papasaur over in the corner. Now it is Trust to get the shot on goal. The Wolves defenders were ready.
Graphic kickoff now, waiting 3-0. At a match point right now, the Wolves need to find something, need to find it right now. Gumi trying to get something off the ceiling here, looking for a pinch. Now Pop off the backboard here. Don't Trust Me, he's not quite in the best position to receive that ball as a pass, but instead it's going to turn it around, make it a pass instead. Free Ink's going to get one small touch, try to get a pinch with the wall here. It's going to be able to get it. Pop's going to get a 50. Now Twitch trying to get the pass into the deep orange field. It's going to be able to get it. Gumi has a lot of free real estate to work with. Free Ink making the challenge off the ceiling, though, is going to be able to do it. Gumi with the pass, Pop with the shot, but the shot isn't quite placed just right. Now Twitch keeping possession of the ball, trying to get a beat here on Don't Trust Me. Does get a 50, but it doesn't get past Gumi, though.
With that, we do see it go upright in the upper right-hand corner there. And then we see Tony. Ooh, it looks like Twitch is going to take the shot that Tony was waiting for down main field. But then Free Ink going to pass once more to Twitch, and then Twitch going to kind of defend, stop it from going through midfield, push Tony out of the way. And it looks like Papasaur is going to be able to just send that right down midfield for the Lynxes. Up 4-0, 59 seconds remaining.
Up off there, Gumi. left side is going to be able to get disrupted here. Now Free Ink in the midfield looking for an air dribble. Gets disrupted by Don't Trust Me. He bounces off the backboard here. Pop looking for the shot. Isn't going to be able to get followed up as they get 50'd out. The ball also sinking to the blue corner here. Twitch looking at a 50. A pass over to Free Ink, though, is going to boom it to the orange net. Isn't going to be able to get a shot, though. Trying to slow it down. A little bit of a double commit from the blue attackers. Don't Trust Me elevates after getting one touch. A little bit of a fake. And another read from Don't Trust Me as Free Ink was trying to put the ball down to stop it from going in the net. Gets red, and that's Lynx is going up 5-0 here with 30 seconds left.
Trust is kind of being a carry. Look at all those shots. Papasaur also equal amounts of carry, but with some saves there. And then we see, Gumi bouncing off the back wall, and immediately after that, there's the follow-up from the team that we're looking for. Lynx is now up 6-0, 20 seconds remaining. And at this point, if you're the Wolves, got to play the mental game. Just try to get something on the board.
Yeah, you're trying to get something on the board because this series is about all that's over with. 10 seconds left. There's not much you can do to score 6 goals right now. So you just got to take it as it is.
It's like Free Ink just kind of standing still in the corner, and then immediately after that, we see Trust currently in possession of the ball. Now it's Tony still out here trying until the end, elevating that ball. But unfortunately, it is going to touch the ground before Tony or Papasaur could kind of get that shot there. And while the Lynxes come out victorious, I do want to say Tony definitely did everything within their power.
Oh yeah, 100%. But they don't come out with the sweep that they were looking for last time.
So, show off your favorite college team apparel, whether it's Boise State or someone else. iSlides and Esports Tower have teamed up for the World Stream for Wishes. Scan the QR code on screen, and a portion of your purchase will go to Make-A-Wish. Remember, promo code WISHES. And with that, we're going to be getting right into our next matchup, which will be the Lynxes versus the Mammoths. So we're kicking off our game of the week in the Rumble Series with 2 teams looking to end the night on a win. The Lynxes are looking to start off 3-0 in the Rumble Series and build a massive lead heading into next week over the rest of the teams, whereas the Mammoths have slightly different goals. They've had a massive pop-off series against the Eagles and are hoping to carry that momentum into this series against the top team, what was and still is the top team after that Week 1 sweep.
Yeah, right now, also talking point percentage-wise, the Mammoths are currently sitting at, I believe, 4 points. If I'm not, this is me off of working mentally, what I remember from that scoreboard.
Should be calculator.
Yeah, I'm pulling out the calculator. Should be sitting at 4 points, while the Lynxes are also sitting at 6 here so far. The Lynx have had quite the advantage in being able to play the most games so far.
Yes, it definitely, against teams like the Stingrays, where, yeah, it definitely hurt them that they weren't there week 1, even though they got the sweep.
So, yeah, they do get it. They do press forward. They're sitting at 6 here. If they're able to sweep, they're able to push to 9 here, and the Mammoths would be able to get to 4. But even if they don't, they still get to 8, and the Mammoths still push to 5. So, obviously, my prediction is I think the Lynx is going to walk away with a little bit of a sweep here, unless the Mammoths is cleaned up or acting last round. We see Astro kind of rotate.
Oh my gosh! And it looks like Spoiled's going to get our first shot and goal. And I think the Mammoths are cleaning up their act. Goal in the first 7 seconds. I don't know what else you call that.
And I also,
poor Astro. Lead out of the fence.
DXG, I don't know exactly how to pronounce that. I'm just gonna say DX.
Danger.
You think it's danger? Okay, we're gonna go with.
I think it's danger.
I have no idea. I'm gonna go with DX for now.
We're gonna call him
correct.
ET.
Yeah, ET2, and then Spoiled are also new additions. Not new additions because it's obviously permanent, but there are subs that we did not see from a match earlier right now. So far, like you said, we're happy. This is actually best of 7 as well.
Looks like ET is going to kind of break away with that there, send it up into the skybox. We see Deku currently in possession of the ball. Papasaur is going to pop it up into the air for Switch to get the next touch. An amazing pass, but it looks like ET is there to defend. But Astro's there to send it right back, gets the second touch, but Deku is unfortunately waiting in defense, but not with enough boost or speed to kind of arch backwards and stop that goal from happening.
It's more of a positional situation. You're not really exactly playing to the corner of the net there. You put yourself in a tricky situation where the ball can be put around you or in front of you, and you don't get put in a dead stop situation. So it was going to be tricky to save that ball unless it was very close next to you. And Astro did the perfect job to position that ball exactly where they need to put it to. And DX putting a shot on net is going to clean it right back up and put the Mammoths in the lead right now.
Mammoths up 2-1, 3 minutes and 51 seconds remaining. We see that there was an attempt at a defense from Astro there, just wasn't quite able to get it past that goal that was too far in at that point. I like those fireworks on that car. Go up for the 50-50, win the 50-50, must be the style. And then we see Deku immediately get the touch on the ball, trying to send it to all three members of the Lynxes. Astro currently in possession, gets the first, second, and second touches. Papasaur sat up down main, but it hits the crossbar. And Switch is not able to get the next touch, so now we clear all the way over to the blue side of here, where all the Lynxes have to rotate to
Astro trying to get it clear here. It's assisted by Switch. Switch can send the ball over to the blue wall right now. DX is going to get the ball and send it back up to the corner here, picked out again. Switch not going to take control of the ball. Deku going to leave the ball for Spoiled though. Spoiled having a little bit of boost, send it over to Deku. Deku there on the sidewall there. He's going to get a little bit of a touch. Papasaur center sidewall. Deku's going to be able to read it right. This could be a shot opportunity. Spoiled sitting there waiting with the perfect positioning. The Mammoths now with a 3-1 rate so far. Taking this game with about 3 minutes left to play.
back. The elevation in time. We'll go over to our next 50-50 Papasaur and DX here, it looks like. And then we see... Oh, no, it's Spoiled. We see Spoiled. We see Papasaur immediately go after the ball. Currently not Deku. Oh, is that a... DX brought a sniper rifle to the Rocket League.
Yeah, that's a great pass by Deku there. Right to DX. Actually gets cut off and put just enough power there to beat out Switch. So, most perfect shot you could probably ask for in that situation.
Without the Mammoths are now up 3-4-1. 2 minutes and 56 seconds remaining as the 50-50 is going to slightly go in the way of the Lynxes. Astro dribbling the ball on top of their car, going to send it up for Papasaur to touch. Papasaur is not able to get a shot on goal off of that. As we see Switch rotating from the midfield, and then immediately after that, send it back to Astro, who gets a shot, but that's way too far to the right. Once again, the ball is sent up into the air, and then Papasaur and Deku miss. So it just goes all the way back over to Switch, and kind of sends things back over into the orange, gets the next touch. Ooh, Astro there with the follow-up, but DX defense game too strong.
Yeah, DX found themselves in a very perfect situation for that chance, where that ball was put on their car right there. Not Deku gets demoed inside of the net. This could be a shot by Pop. It's a bit too wide though. DX looking to take control here. Looking to grab 100 boost though. Does get it. Now Spoil's going to take over. Looking for a bump though. Leaves the ball. Which is going to be able to get a touch. Be assisted by Astro though in the orange corner here. Deku now has possession of the ball. Gets a flick in front of their own net though. Pop trying to make a read on the sidewall towards the ceiling. Spoil's going to get the ball instead in the midfield. Astro now takes a shot in the midfield as well. Switch might be able to turn around. Spoil's the one to get there first though. Send it over to left blue corner now. Now DX looking for a passing play. Needs to pick the sidewall. Too faster than converted for a shot. Now Pop ready to the defense though. Deku's going to send it up. Spoil trying to make a read on the ball. It's a bit too hard for a read to make. Now DX in control. Has to keep possession here. Takes away to Astro. Nice still keep possession. Trying to get a flicker on Pop. Unable to do it.
With that, we see Deku currently possessing the ball. Switch immediately comes after them. They need to get some Among Us slides to match that little icon that they have there. And then immediately after that, we see Papasaur kind of send things over. Ooh, right through Deku and Spoiled there. So we see Spoiled playing a little bit of backboard defense, but then Switch is playing right in the front there. As we see Papasaur get the next touch. 1 minute remaining. The Lynxes have a massive deficit to make up. And Spoiled is unable to get that out of the net.
A little bit of chaos there, and the only thing I would recommend is playing a bit of backboard. If somebody was moved to the backboard 15 seconds ago, that just would have been an easy little clear inside of the Mammoths. But nevertheless, the Lynxes...
2 to 4 in 7 seconds.
Yeah, they're close enough to definitely still make this a game, though. Spoiler trying to get a beat, though. Barely able to get it on Switch. Switch now goes for the heat seek. This will play again the demo. DX not able to get the touch on the sidewall. Not have Switch 50. Trying to cause a little bit of mayhem. Astro's going to find the gap and take the shot with an air roll. an open net. Spoiled and DX playing the same corner.
That we do see the net. We're going to go up 3-4, 39 seconds remaining. The Kingses are making a return in this final minute here. As Spoiled's going to win the 50-50, just barely past that line there, and then Not Deku currently taking possession of the ball, bounces it off of the backboard. Is there follow-up? Yes, sends it right over to Spoiled, who then has to go up on the sidewall, has some side control here, and then we see Astro get the next touch, whereas DX was laying in wait. You see Astro, ooh, with the solo play all the way through the members of the Mammoths there. Astro's going to tie it up.
Yeah, Not Deku one for that boost instead of protecting that right there. Even if you just cut or shadow the ball, you can definitely make a save on that ball. Even if you have only like 10 boosts, you can make that save. Even at 0 sometimes, they're trying to get a beat. They can get the beat, find themselves in first position to down to the ball there on that blue wall. Astro's trying to get clear. Is able to get a boom but a clear there. Now still sticking with the ball. At a 4-4 goal scoreline right now with 6 seconds left. Switch might have the equalizing for the scoreline and goal. It's off the crossbar, and nobody's able to make the shot and going into OT at a 4-4 scoreline. Game 1, by the way.
Oh, yeah. So it looks like Spoiled's just barely going to win the 50-50 over there, and then we see Pop Short hop it up in the air. Spoiled's going to be the next one to touch ball. Astro just barely bumps to disrupt them there. Switch currently in possession of the ball. Ooh, Astro misses the next touch, and now it is Not Deku. Oh, no, it's still Switch in possession of the ball. It's Not Deku rotates back, and then that is a 17-second overtime where the Lynxes are going to take round 1.
Take game 1 of the series, going to quick little flick over it. Covered. And they just give the Lynx a little bit too much free space. The Astros given a whole lot of free space for those last 2 goals. Granted, the first goal or the third goal of the game that Astro found was in a very tight-knit situation, but there was a mistake made by the Mammoths that they double committed to the same corner and didn't make a touch on the ball at all. And then Not Deku also makes the mistake of going for boosts instead of staying shadow with the ball and protecting your corner of the goal. Even if you have 0 boost, you still got to do something. You got to do something.
You get points for trying.
You got to do something to try there. And then once again, given too much free space, somebody's got to play this selfish first man role. When somebody starts controlling the ball like that, somebody's got to. I don't remember exactly who was shadowing, but you got to slam your brakes on the ball and make sure that ball goes over your head. Because if it goes over, at least it hits a backboard and goes somewhere that might be unscorable. Instead of just letting somebody,
going for free.
Yeah, going for free, because then you're leaving up the chance of whether they can make a shot or not. And in that case,
Astro's gonna make the shot.
Yeah, Astro made the shots. It was Switch that made the flick shot in OT. So, other than that, the Mammoths had a strong lead in the beginning. But if there's anything this Lynx team knows how to do, is to stay in the game until the very end.
They decided to hit the try hard button.
Yep.
Sweaty palms.
Sweaty palms. Sweaty calms. Sweaty calms with sweaty palms.
And now as we go into round 2, it's important that the Mammoths kind of reset after having round 1 taken from them fast. In 30 seconds, we see Astro kind of bounce things up in the corner. Spoiled's going to get the next touch straight down midfield. We see Switch and DX kind of elevate to touch them, and then we see Deku kind of bounce things from the corner, then Pop Short immediately all around that same corner. We see Spoiled currently in possession of the ball. Astro just barely going to flip a Yui to get a better touch on that ball. Ooh, Switch gets the shot, but it's way too far to the right.
Now Astro, a little bit of control, trying to get past the Pop. A little bit of pinch onto the net. Wasn't able to get it. Now Switch getting one touch off the sideboard here, trying to get the fake onto the DX. Does get a little bit around it. Pop might have the shot. Is it a bit too high? It is. Where there could be a follow-up by Astro. Once again, way too far up. Now it's a shot by Switch. Right now, the Lynxes are over 3 in terms of shots. Deku is really going to pinch, but it's still in this orange side of the field right now. As that shot thrown by Switch is a bit too wide as well. And Deku trying to get follow-up play off the sidewall. Going to be able to get a bounce over 1.
With that Switch and Spoiled kind of elevate to kind of touch that. It looks like Spoiled not going to be able to touch it there. Astro will send it back to Spoiled. Spoiled kind of bouncing up on her to their far there. Not Deku getting the next touch straight down to midfield. Spoiled and DX kind of splitting off from each other and then immediately coming back as Switch sends the ball that direction. Just kind of bounces with a little bit of momentum there. Not Deku coming from the net, rotating up into the air around the backboard, doing an aerial dribble all the way down to Astro, who once again kind of goes up that sidewall and then immediately back down, loses the ball for somebody else to touch, and it looks like it's Spoiled that's going to get the next touch, and then Switch is going to send it right past the members of the attacking Mammoths, where Spoiled and Switch are fighting for this ball all the way over to goal.
Trying to get a read there. Pop now making a read off the sidewall now, trying to get a follow-up. Astro and Pop trying to get an instant touch, perhaps give their teammate a chance to put a shot on net here. Now Switch off the sidewall, does get one touch, put up the backboard there. It was cleared up by Not Deku, but still dangerous here.
Yeah, after that we see Astro kind of send it straight down to midfield, and now Spoiled going to get the next touch, but not able to stop Astro as they just once again disrupt. You see all three members of Mammoth now in range of the ball. Now it is Papasaur kind of running away with the ball. DX is going to fight them for it. 50-50 is going to send the ball in the air, and then immediately after that, Spoiled's going to send it right over to Astro. Ooh, Switch gets the save though off of DX. And then Not Deku once again going to send it over. Astro says no, sends it right over into the orange corner. Spoiled gets the touch, but the ball has yet to clear this corner as Papasaur sends it main. And now on the hood of Spoiled's cars, which once again is going to elevate and send things over into the corner. And the Mammoths and the Lynxes still got nothing on the scoreboard.
Oh, Astro's looking for quick reset there. Gets a pretty good bump.
Spoiled ruined it again.
Deku did play the selfish first man this time around, got the shot in the air. Easy to save. Now Deku also getting the backward split. Send the ball to the orange sidewall here. A shot right of the needle. We're looking through the perspective of Not Deku, so we couldn't quite tell who was there. Yeah, they just. I believe that was Pop that took the shot. Not 100%. Pop was just able to thread the needle there. And it's going to put the Lynx up 1-0 here into game 2.
Immediately after that, we see Not Deku once more playing the backboard defense, bounce it off the front of their car, and then take it over to Astro. That ball is right in front of their net. It will bounce off the backboard. Now we see Switch and Not Deku fighting for the ball over in the corner. Now Papasaur comes in from main to touch. The Lynxes have submitted to this engagement, and it looks like Astro's not going to be able to stop Not Deku from clearing it, but Switch once again sends it back over. Astro bounces it off the backboard, but there is not a follow-up shot. No, Papasaur lands it off of the backboard, and then Demo's Spoiled for their defensive efforts here. But with a clear over into the blue, the Lynx's offense is over, and now they got to play a little bit of
Astro over to the orange wall here. Trying to get an interesting touch, does make a touch off the hood of their car there. Also getting one more touch, leaves the ball floating, looking for a shot, pop now off the backboard, looking for a ball from Switch. DX is going to be able to get the clear, send it to the blue corner. Switch trying to make a defensive play, gets a pinch at the wall, but it doesn't matter. Oh, but Astro makes an amazing pinch at the ground, upside down to save the ball. But the ball is still lingering in the orange air right now. Not Deku is going to be able to get a touch in a 50 here. Pop trying to get it clear. Deku's going to be able to get one more touch, get a 100 boost, but gets demoed for it, leaving it perfectly open. And Switch was there to get a 50 play and pinch it to the right side of the goal. The Lynx is 2-0 at 26 seconds left.
Mammoths have a lot to make up here. 13 seconds per goal because Switch kind of really cinched the Lynx's lead there. Now it's Astro and Spoiled kind of going against each other for the 50-50. Actually, no, it's Astro and Not Deku. And then immediately after that, we see Switch kind of go up the sidewall, send it down to main field. Ooh, Spoiled's going to steal it right out from under them, but immediately after that, Papasaur is going to send it over up into the air, and it looks like it's DX that gets the next touch, leaving the rest to Deku. Kind of clear, and then immediately, ooh, we see Astro elevate, but Switch steal it. Switch is going to bounce it off the backboard, and then DX with it on the hood of their car, trying to take it over to the blue. But it looks like, unfortunately, Papasaur is going to touch that and not let the Mammoths take possession.
Clock hits 0 on the Lynxes.
Taking round 2.
Winning game 2. Winning it. And the Mammoths feeling a little bit more pressure now. It's looking at what this team is going to shape out to be when they find themselves a little under pressure. They're able to keep it close. 2 goals, not too that far away, right? That's not a blowout. It's definitely comebackable. But the Lynxes right now are just taking so many good calculated shots and following up. Their demos are really clean. They're really nice. I really like how a lot of the times when Pop takes a shot, if it's off, Pop will typically take a rotation and demo a player on their way out. It may not directly impact the goal-scoring ability of their team right there and then, but nevertheless, it takes the boost away from that player, makes them reset, and also frustrates them. It does a lot of different things, and I really like
winning the mental game by sending them to the junkyard.
Exactly. I love the way the Lynxes are playing right now. And they're playing against a rather strong Mammoth team that I didn't see in the first series of this stream. Yeah, they're keeping it close.
They're going to elevate down the midfield, and just barely miss that. It looks like Spoil's going to be the next one to touch the ball, kind of passes it to Not Deku. DX just waiting in net. And it looks like all three members of the Lynxes are on the attack as DX is going to take it away from Astro to get that safe switch, sent back to the junkyard, and then we see Papasaur miss the touch, but Astro sure doesn't, putting our first goal on the map for the Lynxes. 4 minutes and 36 seconds remaining.
But yeah, Spoiled is there for some reason. I just not thinking of it. I was wondering for a second, Spoiled is there. Now we obviously see him because we're on his camera, but
Well, it's here. It's not a 2v3. It's
no,
balanced.
it barely showed up right now. That's Spoiled is there.
Then we switch, we kind of see taking things away. We see Switch once again in the corner. It looks like Spoiled's going to be the one to get the next touch. Papasaur just there to ruin their plans here, as Not Deku's going to get the ball stolen from them. Astro looking for a way in, but currently has to chase this ball down as DX gets a massive clear with it. Papasaur still in net to defend against the shot. Will Papasaur get the next touch? No, actually, yes! It looks like they're going to go in, pass it right to Spoiled. Switch just bumps enough to disrupt and give Astro possession of the ball, but Astro's not able to get it past. Papasaur is able to kind of pass it back to them, and then Astro rotates back as Spoiled and Papasaur all rotate in.
Astro on the ball, trying to get it around 1. He's able to kind of get it around 2 though, but he sent it directly diagonal. Send it right into the wall there. Switch is going to be able to get a 50 here. Pop not going to be able to compete on the wall from DX. Astro's going to be able to clear this ball back out though, and a really good play on the sidewall from the blue attacker though. Astro was also trying to get a second 50, wasn't able to get it. Now Spoiled trying to get the pass to DXB. Switch was able to play some defense, send it over to the blue corner here. Now Astro controls it. Not a lot of pressure applied to Astro right now. Able to get a flick over to Switch. Switch here, we get one more touch, send it over to Deku, but Deku has control, and DXG is going to get the 50, maintain possession of the ball, but is beat and bumped off the play. Now Astro has a lot of free real estate to work with, but Spoiled is going to get 2 more touches there, throw a little bit of the blue defenders out of rotation right now, cause a little bit of panic and chaos, and a pass in the middle of the net. Wasn't going to be able to convert it, and Spoiled goes for boost instead of making a touch or rotating back to follow net. A massive blunder from Spoiled there. Was probably trying to control the ball, committed to taking the boost instead. I understand what they're going for, but nevertheless, it was a mistake that happened, and now the Lynxes are up 2-0 with 2 minutes and 15 seconds left remaining. And off the kickoff, nobody goes for it, and Pop is going to score an easy open net. Not open, but an easy net.
So at this point, it's the Mammoths. Got to make sure they're still clear mentally. 2 minutes and 51 seconds is more than enough time to make up a 3-4 goal deficit here. The Mammoths just got to get their heads in the game, and especially with the Lynxes being up 2, this best of 7 isn't over yet.
No, 100%.
Got to get to 5.
4.
Yes.
That was fun. Spoiled's going to be able to get a 50 off the car of Astro there, but Switch still maintains possession here. Nobody exactly applying pressure right now. Switch is going to be able to take a shot off the net, off the flick. Astro with the follow-up. It's a bit too wide. Pop now the second follow-up as well. DXG looking to control the ball. Gets surprise attacked by Switch. DXG going to clear it to the other side of the corner there. Switch is there waiting with open arms. Takes a little bit of floater. DXG is going to play a bit of backward defense, send over to their wall. Looking for a follow-up. Get a little bit of air dribble play. He's good for 1 touch though, but Spoiled gonna take a shot. DXG was looking for some bump, but it just wasn't enough, and Astro's gonna be credited for the save.
Yeah, after that, it looks like the ball is going to be stolen from Switch, and they'll force to turn around and retouch. It looks like Not Deku's gonna send things down to midfield. Astro prepared to make the shot. Ooh! Just barely gonna go too far to the left. Ooh, will Switches be enough to bounce in? Slowly but surely, the Lynx now up 5-0, a minute and 45 seconds, or 4-0, a minute and 45 seconds remaining.
Astro got that 50 read off the bounce it made on the sidewall from the 50. But but then Switch was able to just come in and absolutely boom the ball into the top bins. DXG can win that kickoff to give Papasaur the possession here. Papasaur's good for one touch. Astro elevates as well. Gets a little bit of a bump on Pop. Pop being credited for a shot on net. Switch to throw the ball around. Once again, not a lot of pressure from the side of Mammoths right now. Spoiled came in and was able to get a little bit of a dunk there. Astro gets faked out. Pop once again getting dunked as well with DXG. Switch trying to make a defensive play. Was able to get it. Astro gets a demo and Pop gets the save as well. Now the ball on the orange side of the field. Pop gets a 50, send it to the orange corner. Now his Switch going to steal the 100 boost from the side of the orange field. Astro going to control it, send it over to the orange wall. DXG is going to get the beat, send it over to the blue net. Pop's there though, good for one more touch. Keeping the orange defenders on their heels and an in and out goal once again.
Couple of missed touches there. I mean, we saw, so as we see Papasaur kind of elevate to go up there, we see Spoiled in the midfield trying to rotate back in time, and then we see Not Deku trying to get down in time, and neither one of them is able to get back in time to stop the kaleidoscope.
I talked about it.
5-0.
How much it is like a save, unless it is something that is going to be a shot on top bins, which most of the time you don't know where the shot's going to go. So I think Not Deku deciding to go for the in and out save. A little bit of a blunder though, but Spoiled might be able to convert something. DXG cut in to try to take the shot. 50 and bumped out by Astro there. Now Deku on the sidewalk here. Might have a little bit of a beat. Pop's going to control the ball, keeping the sidewalk here. Looking with a lot of boost to work. Actually, no, not a lot of boost to work with. 18, but Switch is going to take over. Going to bounce it off this corner wall here. Deku's going to be credited for the clear. Astro's going to cut Pop, keeping on the sidewalk, going to get below one. Pop's going to get around another one. Looks for the 50. He's going to be able to get it. DXG, flash move kick. Now Astro off the sidewall. Switch takes a shot, and it's good. They just float from the top of the net.
That, you see the Lynxes up 6-0 and 11 points. The Mammoths are still in this. You got to get the 4 to win. The Lynxes are only halfway there. It's going to be 3 after this. At this point, the Mammoths just kind of need to focus on resetting. You've got to focus on mentally resetting and staying in the game. It looks like Astro and Not Deku are going to fight for the ball, and then now it is Switch and Astro, and then we see DX kind of maybe be able to get a goal. No, it looks like Papasaur is going to be able to save them at the last available moment there as the ball bounces off of Astro's car. DX going to be able to score, put something on the board for the Mammoths in overtime.
Going to be able to do something here. Going to be able to finally put a point on the board there. A little bit slowly from the side of the Lynx. Nevertheless, the Lynx is taking game 3, putting the Mammoths at match point here. Oh, we actually get to see a little bit of the heat map here. One we haven't been able to see all the stream, and it's a...
That is a one-sided total shots graph.
Yes, 100%, which sort of, not only statistically, but also I think us visually, and anybody else also watching visually, could tell it was a very one-sided match that the Lynxes put on quite the show.
It wasn't a one-side match in terms of boost used or side control, however. That was much closer, and actually, overall, even though the Mammoths lost, they used more boost. But the Lynxes were just putting so many more shots on goal, and even if they didn't make the shots, and they did make most of them. So I guess my biggest piece of advice to the Mammoths going into this next one would be at least take the shot. Even if you don't think it's going to go in, you have to try. You can't just let the Lynxes 80-20 total shots you.
I also think the Lynxes do a good job defensively and not allowing a lot of shots to develop as well. They cut the ball off really effectively, and they do that as well. And the boost stat there is sort of a tricky one because sometimes using a lot of boost can also be indicative of you're using too much boost, and that's why you find yourself out of boost a lot of the time and out of position a lot of the time. But also, typically, higher level mechanical players are going to use a lot of boost and know how to replenish weapons at the same time. So it's a hard stat to track.
Fawn's up here with his pen and paper and calculator like, oh, math ain't math and the boost. You see as the mask clear all the way over into the orange DX, and they can kind of see that, and it looks like Switch is going to be testing for the ball. DX and Switch, pretty just bouncing this back and forth. Spoiled is going to get the save, send it back over to Switch, who elevates up on the side. Looks like they're trying to set Astro up for a play main. Spoiled gets a little bit too overzealous there. Goes shooting off without a touch on the ball, but now currently in possession as Astro just kind of bumps them from behind. The ball goes straight above Switch, and then with that we see a clear all the way over to the orange. DX is back in time to defend. But Switch getting the bumps still, and Astro and Papasaur both down midfield. That's a goal. Lynx is putting one on the board, 4 minutes, 8 seconds remaining. Is this the beginning of the Lynx Week 2 sweep?
More than likely, yes, because right now, just the way the Mammoths played off of that defensive piece right there tells me that mentally might be a little shocked at this point. Once again, not in their comms, not in their coordination, so I can't 100% say something for certain, but the fact that nobody was near net or nobody took the initiative to go near net and defend it, it's troublesome as sort of watching this game, and also seeing a lot more double commit on the side of the Mammoths as well. But off the backboard touch, DXG attempted to make a shot there, possibly credit the save, now spoiled. Looking to make a play happen off the sidewall here. Put it towards the backboard, wasn't anything more able to happen. DXG able to touch the ball at the wall, touch the ball with the wheels there. Now spoiled and get a 50 here. Keep the ball at blue corner there, now 2 misses on the side of the Lynxes. Deku might be looking for a shot, but Pop, an easy save. Not a lot of momentum to the ball to stop though. Spoiled not sending the ball up to the corner there. Gonna have to make a touch, a little bit of confusion there on the side of the orange defense. But Deku's gonna be able to make a little bit of save and buy the Mammoths some more time.
Spiking it down to the ground to Papasaur. Papasaur and Spoiled fighting for the ball right now. Switch comes in, kind of way in, and now it's Switch DX. And then Papasaur once again, and Switch, and now Astro trying to touch the ball. Not Deku is immediately going to take that from them. And then we see Papasaur. Ooh, it's actually Switch that gets the touch and the save. Spoiled's going to fight him for it, send that ball way up in the air. That 50-50 was wild. And then after that, we see Deku steal it from Astro here, and then Astro has to use a lot of boost to get up in the air and misses the touch. And then after that, we see Papasaur get the touch and not Deku send it over into the corner, but Spoiled, Switch, and Astro are always where they're in weight. We see Astro zooming across the field, touch the ball now. It's Switch currently in possession of the ball. Deku and Spoiled are fighting them for it. Papasaur not able to get the touch, so we see a clear pass midfield for the Mammoths.
Bob can be able to demo on Spoiled there. Put a bit of a dent to the offensive capabilities of the Mammoths right now. And the touch from Deku. Leaving it in the midfield, gonna get 50'd again. Pop's gonna get the 50. Switch was gonna make a touch. Leave the ball for Astro though. Astro's gonna get one fake. Switch to take it over, trying to get it around Spoiled though. Isn't able to do it. Now CXG getting one more touch. Switch for the second. The ball was a bit too elevated to get to it. Now CXG might have a pass. Trying to get a pinch in the left corner with Deku. Now Deku in possession here. Slowly wrapping around the ball, giving possession over Spoiled. Spoiled's gonna grab 100 boost here. Looking for a second touch. Gonna send it over to the blue corner right now. Switch to take control of it. Get one touch and bounce it up into the air. Deku to get another 50 though. DXG to put a stop to the ball. But their card might have an open net, and they are going to find it. They're going to equalize the game here at the minute 27 left.
Beginning is a reverse sweep for the Mammoths. I mean, they got a lot more goals to score before that happens, but DX is proving that the Mammoths are still in this round 4.
Playing a little bit of that selfish first man roll. Even if you get beat, even if you get 50, you just got to do something with the ball. You can touch on it. They don't have a lot of free room, a lot of room to work with, which I think so far from what I've seen, the Mammoths are definitely doing that. They definitely kept a lot of the side control here. Deku that came out of nowhere in the midair. DXG might be looking for a shot. Isn't going to be able to get the shot they want. It's going to go a bit wide, too far to the left though. Spoiled's going to get one touch, one and done though. However, going to get beat now. Pop elevates, looking for a 50. Now Astro has possession early one net. Going to get the flick over one. Is there a follow-up? There is not. And the Mammoths are going to be able to save the ball and send it over to the wall. Spoiled's going to be looking for a pass on a Deku. Deku's going to clear it over the blue corner and switch. Make a little bit of blunder of a touch though. Nobody's going to make any aggressive play on it.
And with that, we do see Astro currently. Ooh, actually, DX is going to go ahead and steal it right from above them. We do see Deku making a shot on goal. Ooh, it's just a little bit too far to the net, but DX kind of makes the save, and then we see Spoiled with the final touch. That took all 3 members of the Mammoths to go up 2-1, 33 seconds remaining. The Mammoths are like, no, we are still in this. We're going to try to pull off the reverse.
A bit of a spectacle see. The Mammoths able to sweep this. 20 seconds left. I wouldn't count the Lynxes entirely out of it, being able to find a way to score the goals here. Not a whole lot of boost to work with, but Astro getting into a little touch there. Switch to elevate off the backboard. Is there a follow-up? There's not. There's 15 seconds left. You find Popstar in the back of the field playing over the defense, though. DXG trying to make a save play. Not able to do it. Now with 7 seconds left, Switch is able to make a pitch up the sidewall. DXG to get a demo. Now off the backboard, is there a follow-up? Pop to control it. Still 1 second left. DXG is going to be able to clear the ball, but Astro is able to control it. Keep it in play at 0 seconds. Now off ceiling. This could be dangerous. Switch is able to still keep it up. Now a touch. Pop could score it, but Pop
sends it back instead of in. Now Astro wants there to recover. We see them going up the sidewall there, trying to dribble it straight into that. Oh, Papasaur. And it looks like Not Deku might have put an end to the Lynx' plans to keep this ball alive here. Ooh, Papasaur barely making a touch.
No way!
Switch sends it in. 2-2. I gotta say, that was a good 15 seconds of the most intense game of keep that ball in the air I've ever seen in my life.
Switch able to thread the needle once again between two defenders, one low, one mid. What a powerful shot, and now at an OT. Neither team wants to lose this. The man is trying to stay alive in this series, and the Lynx, I imagine, just want to put the series to a close right now.
That was close turning possession of the ball. Switch kind of sending it over to Astro, and then we do see Non-Deku going after it. Ooh! Is there a save? There is a save by DX, and then now at this point, the Mammoths are kind of putting the offensive. We see Switch and Astro rotate all the way to defense. We do see Papasaur trying to score a goal in an empty net. Papasaur got there.
Wow.
Putting an end to our overtime. 30 seconds remaining.
Able to find a mistake. What a heartbreak comes out of the Mammoths. Absolute just tooth and nail once again fighting for it. What a series.
And with that, the Lynxes are going to take the second week 2 sweep, which, if the math is mathing right, we'll get to that in a second. Help the world stream for wishes and get something new on your feet. iSlides has partnered up with Esports Tower and Make-A-Wish to let you stand in what you stand for. iSlides has a load of slides to choose from, or you can make your own and show off your personality. Go to iSlidesUSA.com or scan the QR code on screen and use promo code WISHES for a portion of the proceeds to be donated to the Make-A-Wish Foundation. So before we take a look at our ET player of the game and before we talk more about that, we do have the team standings for everybody to look at in Spring Rocket League Rumble after week 2. Looks like the Lynxes are still up there, but the Eels, as you've noticed, have been broken up by a Mammoth, a Stingray, one of the Lynxes themselves, and then we see one of the Barracudas even up there. Quez now number 10. But Dart, Gumi, and Papasaur, 5 and 2.
It's pretty big right there. I believe
The first 4 have not changed.
Yeah, the first four have not changed, which I imagine will also be a similar situation for quite a while. Just off of that right there, having played some solid teams so far, the Eels and now the secondary roster, the Mammoths, at least one that was a little more deadly than what we saw in that first series. It's kind of hard to ignore how good they are so far.
So let's start highlighting players, regardless of team.
Yep.
I would like to bring to the table the obvious one of Astro. That is my humble offering to the player of the game discussion.
I'm going to say Papasaur. I think Papasaur was just
fair enough.
Was a backbone. I think there's nobody. You can elect so many other players, but at the end of the day, I think it's the players from the Lynx that they have to nominate.
Those are some of the 2 that are definitely topping the charts for the ET player of the game. And it looks like it's going to be Astro. I mean, everybody's boy Astro. Everybody's person Astro. Tonight's player of the game is brought to you by Esports Tower. April, we stream for wishes. That's why we're asking for your support in helping us grant these gaming wishes and support Make-A-Wish. By donating, you can help us make these dreams a reality for these amazing kids. Astro is the Esports Tower player of the game. And honestly, in terms of pure shooting ability, leagues mechanically above the other players that we were seeing, just purely in terms of shooting accuracy. Yep. That's not accounting for some of the clutch saves that members like Papasaur or Spoiled or DX got, but just in this last game, shooting accuracy got to go to Astro.
Yep. Yeah. 100%. Astro definitely found a lot of clutch shots that inevitably left to some of the reasons why they were able to overcome the Wolves there.
And as we prepare to close out this match, do you have any big takeaways?
Same thing as last time. Sort of more excited to see more of this develop. Right. I feel like week 2. It's still too early for me to make a whole lot of perception so far. We haven't seen all the teams. I haven't seen the Stingrays were another team that I saw that I'm definitely putting a star next to their name.
Stingrays, we see you. We see you on that leaderboard, getting the late week 1 start, but with the sweep, gonna have a little bit of a tough time catching up to the Lynxes.
Yeah.
But we see you. You've been noticed.
Definitely. So, yeah, definitely keeping an eye on the Stingrays, definitely keeping an eye on the Lynx. I'm looking for the comeback story from the Eels, so it's exciting. I'm waiting for this to develop.
And congratulations to all of our teams on a fantastic week 2 to our Spring Rumble series. Everybody is chasing the Lynx, who continue to dominate their opponents, finding another sweep to end the night. Make sure you join us next Wednesday at 6 p.m. EST as we have exciting week 3 action as the Lynx look to hold on to their top spot. We'll close out with the top 5 plays sponsored by Esports Tower. You know how much gaming means to so many of us, and we can only imagine how much it means to these kids. So let's come together and make a difference in their lives and help us support Make-A-Wish. And you can get some really cool slides out of the deal. From all of us here at Boise State, thank you for joining us for our special Make-A-Wish broadcast, and thank you for joining, and have a good night.
Getting one more touch, sees the ball floating, looking for a shot, popping off the backboard, looking for a flop with switch. TX is going to be able to get the clear, send it to the blue corner. Switch trying to make a defensive play, gets a pinch at the wall, but it doesn't matter. Oh, but Astro makes an amazing pinch at the ground, upside down to save the ball. But the ball's still lingering in the orange air right now. His teammate, though, is not going to be able to do it. Sentry Boss not able to do the touch. Tokay's going to get a one shot off the backboard there. It's not going to be able to get converted here. Sentry Boss now going completely set, but gets completely put out of position there. Protea is going to be able to finish it off as a defender in the orange gold.
Now it is Anti currently in possession of the ball over on the side. No, it's Moose stealing it straight from the middle. This ball is just super high in the air, touching the skybox every pass. And then we currently see it kind of go over, and now Smurf and Not Deku are both trying to be the one that touches it next. And Not Deku bouncing it right over all 3 defenders for another Mammoth goal. 10 seconds remaining.
A couple more massive lifts from the side of the Eagles. Right there, not able to properly save the ball from the minute. Moose getting a touch outside the wall. Deku gets a second. Is there a follow-up from Smurf? There is. And a beautiful touch off of the blue wall there from Moose sets up the rest of the teammates to be able to score that ball.
And it looks like Not Deku might have put an end to the Lynx's plans to keep this ball alive here. Ooh, Popsword barely making the touch.
No way!
Switch sends it in! 2-2. I thought it said that was good. 15 seconds of the most intense game of keep that ball in the air I've ever seen in my life.
Switch able to thread